Hello, Lobo hockey fans, and welcome to Game 1 here at the Outpost Arena between the University of New Mexico Lobos and Northern Arizona University Ice Jacks. I'm Gino Gutierrez, joined by special guest color commentator tonight, Nick Hudson. We want to first start off by apologizing for the late start. Had a little bit of technical difficulties before the broadcast tonight, so we got those ironed out. Obviously, as you folks can tell at home, we don't have the camera set up currently. We're waiting on our camera operator. He's just running a little bit behind, but rest assured we will have him here momentarily, and we will have a camera feed to tonight's game. But Nick, the Lobos come into this game after playing last weekend against 9th-ranked Air Force, splitting that series, winning the first game 6-2, losing the second game 4-3, and that loss in the last game was UNM's first in 6 games. How do you see the Lobos rebounding tonight, and what do you think they need to do?
I think a lot of the big thing that UNM is going to have to do tonight is get back to what they were doing really, really well in those 6 games, which is using their speed. They've got high top-end talent in guys like Gail Ronquillo that are going to be able to finish, but they need to utilize their speed from the defensive end up through the neutral zone. There was something you noticed that they were lacking in that last game against Air Force Academy, is when things got a little bit tough, when they had a little bit of pressure put on them, they seem to slow down and take the foot off the gas a little bit, and it just played perfectly into Air Force Academy's favour. And what I would like to see is UNM get back to that. Use their speed, use their size, have those skill guys make the plays, and things will go well for them. And that's what I think really that's part of what they need to do tonight.
And Nick, you and me were talking before the game on the drive up here. Really kind of what was different from UNM the last game they played, they strayed away from their ability to stretch from defense to offense, as you mentioned, that transition game. Air Force kind of really squeezed them a lot and forced them to resort to a stretch pass type of offense where they were throwing pucks from their end, trying to find somebody at the opponent's blue line. And as you mentioned, they strayed from what their usual game plan was.
Yeah, like I said earlier with the speed, I think that's what tied into it, is when they got trapped in their own end, guys like Logan Collier, who's absolutely phenomenal with the puck, when he's trying to skate it out and he's got 3 guys that are pressuring him and cutting off his outlets in the defensive zone, he didn't have too many passes or plays to make. So he was making desperate plays, and that kind of trickled through to the rest of the lineup. And I think that's what they have to do is come back a little bit more on the defensive side if that does happen again tonight. Help the defense out and then push the puck up. Use that speed, good passing in the neutral zone, and they'll get those 3-on-2, 2-on-1 chances that they've done traditionally throughout this season, where they're 20-2. They're that good of a record for a reason. You know, they've used their strengths every single game, and last week that was just a weird one. You know, they strayed away from what they were really good at and what they've been successful with. So hopefully tonight we'll see more of what they've done in the past 22 games.
And you touched on something, Nick, that was pretty prevalent in the last game in the loss to Air Force. The pressure that Air Force was applying to the Lobos in the defensive zone, causing a lot of turnovers. We saw 2 goals. Ultimately, the game-winning goal that Air Force scored was off of a turnover committed in the defensive zone, so you hit on a really good point, cleaning up those passes in the defensive zone. Speaking to NAU, who the Lobos are taking on this evening, these are really dueling contrasts between 2 teams. The Lobos are coming off a 2-game set they played last week. Air Force hasn't touched the ice since December 4th. How big of an impact do you think that's going to have on tonight's game?
I think that can be a huge thing. Let's be honest here. You know, when you haven't played meaningful games in over a month, that's going to affect you in some way. There's only so much you can practice at home before it really starts getting to you, you know. So I'm looking for them to come out tonight. Hopefully they're amped up and they're ready to play, and maybe they'll do something that Air Force kind of did to UNM last week, which was put pressure on early. You know, that's what you'd hope to see out of them. Whether we'll see that or not is going to be, I guess, the tale of today. Whether that shows they're ready to play against a very top-ranked team. You know, these are the games, if you're kind of in the position they are, they should wake up for them, and they should want to cause an upset today. You know, they want to go out there and they want to prove a point that their record doesn't indicate what kind of a team they really are. That's what I would hope to see out of them. Some energy, some speed, some pressure on UNM early. We'll see if that's the case, but I would say it would be pretty hard for me to see UNM letting them, especially after the effort that was kind of given out last week in that loss. I'm sure they're probably pretty cranky in that locker room after that loss last week. So from UNM side, I'd hope they're pretty angry and want to come out fast as well, just like the Ice Jacks will.
And NAU, you touched on it, their record. They've had a tough go of it this season. 3-13 on the season. Started out 1-9. They're 2-4 in their last 6. Haven't touched the ice for over a month now. They're facing a pretty tall order, but they come in. Maybe one of the advantages I would think they'd be able to take on UNM is maybe capitalizing on if there's an emotional factor for the Lobos tonight. You mentioned it, Nick. They're coming in after the loss last week, their first loss in a long time. They're going to come out wanting to prove a point, wanting to get over that loss quickly, but you don't want to let the emotions overtake you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think hopefully throughout the week, Coach Grant Harvey's talked to them about that, getting back to their X's and O's and making sure that they're making those right reads. And they've got all the footage they need to go over, and I'm sure to fix what they need to. So hopefully they'll spend the time on that.
Alrighty, folks, we are just moments away from puck drop. We're going to turn it over to the public address announcer here at the Outpost Arena.
Lobos and the Northern American University Ice Jacks. With both teams line up in the starting lineup. Here's our starting lineup for the Ice Jacks. Number 2, Shane Scott. 17, Aiden Regal. 18, Kai Piper. Number 26, Tim Wienert. Number 35, Nathaniel Flores. Ice Jacks coached by Jake Smets. And now for your University of New Mexico Lobos starting lineup. Number 17, Jerry Ronquillo. Number 64, Tristan Clay. Number 55, Vicky Benitez. 35, Sam Fisher. Number 95, Chance Shakes. And number 18, John Kelly. Number 5, coached by Brett Harvey. Would you all now please rise and stand for the singing of both the Canadian and the American National Anthem by Tony Morlando.
The true north, strong and free, from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting
Alrighty, Lobo fans, national anthem sung by Tony Morlando, and we are getting set for NAU versus UNM Game 1 here at the Outpost Arena. For puck drop, we want to just thank all of our fans for tuning in tonight. Regardless of if you're rooting for UNM or NAU, we are glad you're joining us here on the Lobo Hockey Network. If you like what you're seeing from us, be sure to check us out on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We also want to take a minute to thank our sponsors for tonight's stream, JetRep. For more information on JetRep, please visit jetrep.com, and we thank them for being a proud sponsor of the Lobo Hockey Network. Nick, we're settling in for this one. We touched on in the pregame huge disparities between these two teams. UNM recently playing record-wise. NAU haven't played in over a month. Season really hasn't gone their way. This is going to be really a game of two contrasting teams at different points in their season.
Yeah, and as we touched on earlier, I think for UNM, like, we want to see them come out and we want to see them start red hot. You know, like you said, the number 4 ranked team in the country right now. They have to showcase what the difference is in disparity between these two. If you make it close early, you might just let NAU into this game, and that's something you won't want early on.
As we are set for puck drop here, Captain Jared Ronquillo takes it for UNM, and NAU wins the initial faceoff, and a pass picked off at the blue line by Ronquillo as Miniakis will bounce it off the boards, eludes the stick of Jack Kelly, and NAU able to clear out to the neutral zone, but Ronquillo shovels it back in. In after it is Jack Kelly. He'll chase the puck behind the net, pushed up against the boards by an NAU player, sent across, and now NAU has a breakaway here early, moving in, and a great defensive back-checking there by Nico Miniakis. Also supported there by Chance Shanks. NAU their early opportunity. Puck thrown across. Jack Kelly now will cut into the neutral zone. Throws the puck between the legs of the NAU defender, and the goalie will just cover up there. And Nick, almost right on cue, you mentioned early opportunities for NAU will be the key. Huge chance right there.
Yeah, but full credit there to Miniakis. He came back really, really quickly to cut that off. Took away the chance, but if you leave any opportunity, it looks like these guys will take it, and that's what you want to see.
Face-off now set to take place in the far face-off out of the NAU zone. Linesman is going to blow his whistle momentarily as the puck just hops over the stick of Tyler Levitt. He'll have to chase back and hunt it down. Retreats and chips the puck off the boards. Just eludes the stick of Zach Ginshaw. Now moving in, Ginshaw. He's pinched up at the blue line as the puck is dumped further into the zone. Sends one over across. Seth Payson now sends it back to the blue line for Curtis Brown. Chased off the boards, and NAU's goalie looked to cover the puck up, but wasn't able to locate it in time. Puck goes back to the blue line. Battling for it in the far boards corner. Nobody gaining possession, at least from our angle. Puck thrown back out to the blue line. Levitt has to settle it down, and he'll escape out to the UNM blue line, throws it across to Curtis Brown. Brown will just opt to lob the puck into the zone, and hunting it down is going to be Garrett McKinstry. NAU able to get to it first. Puck thrown across, knocked down though. Great active stick play there made. And the puck is thrown across to Tristan Coyer. Coyer pinched up in the neutral zone, loses puck possession. Lobos have to retreat, moving in NAU, number 5. McKinstry back checking, able to get the puck off his stick. Throw it over across now, throwing it in the zone, and that one goes wide of the net. NAU looking to feed a centering pass, just goes wide as number 5 will have to dump it in. Curtis Brown though, first to it. As Tristan Coyer will send one over across. Big hit in front of us on Dylan Anthony. Puck thrown in front of the net and collected there by Jared Carnes. Carnes over the red line into the NAU zone, just has to dump it in. Going it after it, Garrett McKinstry. Puck to Carnes in the near board corner, sends it back to Miniakis in the blue line, fires. That puck goes high and off the roof here at the Outpost Arena.
The forecheck from UNM early on has been fantastic. The sustained pressure they had on the couple shifts previously really led to some good offensive zone time, which you could see was tiring NAU out. So I'd like to see more of that. They got a good offensive zone face-offs now, and their top line out, so hopefully we'll see them score.
Ronquillo set to take the face-off here for the Lobos, wins it back. Shink quick shot that right into the glove of the NAU goaltender.
Shots early on can be good here as well. You got to feel out what the goalie does, what his tendencies are, so I don't mind shots early. Let's see if they can find a weakness in him.
And that's been a consistent theme for UNM, peppering goaltenders with a lot of shots. Shanks has that one blocked though, thrown across. Levitt has to settle it down the blue line, lobs one towards the net, deflected in front, puck is loose inside of the net. Goaltender down, they score! The Lobos able to clean up a loose puck at the side of the net. And it looks like Marcus Trujillo puts it home, and the Lobos are up 1-0 early.
Like we just said, shots on net early, you're going to create scoring chances off that. And a fantastic job by UNM to clean up the rebound. There was a couple players in there whacking away at it, and they eventually got the puck home, 1-0 UNM.
Well, the age-old saying, Nick, always is, it's never a bad play to put the puck on net, and they had the NAU goalie down and scrambling, unable to locate it, and the Lobos get the all-important first goal of the contest with 17:28 to go in the first. Genshaw takes the face-off, and Seth Payson will run away with it into the NAU zone. Quick shot on net, that one goes high and into the glove of the NAU goaltender.
Hopefully for NAU, you'll see the goaltender maybe settle down now. He's had a couple shots on net, and obviously he's let one in, but sometimes that can help a goalie stabilize. We'll see if that pays off for him now.
And it also gives him an opportunity, you would think, Nick, to see a lot of shots on net and kind of get an idea for how the Lobos are planning to attack him from a schematic standpoint as Nick Weaver battles behind the net for the puck, tied up in the skates of a NAU defender, and they'll send one out near the blue line. Winding and fires as Levette, as that one just trickles just wide as Miniakis holds down the blue line, lobs one that is deflected wide. Seth Payson now with the puck. Payson sends one in front. Goaltender able to body that one away. UNM maintaining possession, looking to continue the forecheck here. The puck leaks out to center ice. Miniakis settles it down. Just eluding a poke check there was Genshaw, as now he charges over, drops the puck over to Payson. Back to Genshaw, looking to center one in front off a stick of an NAU defender. And it's going to go all the way back down for icing on the UNM end.
They have had the puck in the offensive zone here so much. You have to feel that NAU is worn out with just how much they've been chasing this. Now UNM gets a free change. You would think that this would be an area that, if you're Coach Grant Harvey, you would want to see them capitalize on and put a puck in the net, especially with how tired they are.
Definitely. NAU not able to really establish much offensive presence early in this one. Only one shot on goal here early in the first period, not even 5 minutes elapsed. Puck bounced off the boards, NAU collects, pushed up against the board from behind, and great back checking there by Garrett McKentry, able to strip the puck. It will bleed into the NAU zone as player will chip one off the boards, hold it on there by Tristan Coyer. Coyer bodied up in neutral zone, just sends the NAU player down. Puck played across the boards. Dylan Anthony slaps it, and here comes Carnes. Carnes makes a move, tries to get around the defender, can't do it, pinched up against the boards. Holding on to it now, still battling behind the net is Carnes, looking for an outlet, somebody to pass the puck to, decides a back pass to Dylan Anthony. He collects the puck. Now he sets up behind the net, looking for somebody to center the pass to. Anthony harassed, though, by a few NAU players. Puck sent to Brown at the blue line. Brown sends one over across to Coyer. Coyer takes the shot. That one blocked down and covered by the NAU goaltender.
That was fantastic puck movement by UNM there. They were keeping it in the zone, kept it low, and then made the smart play of pushing it back up high. The defenders had pinched down to cover off those quick passes into the slot there and push it up top. Quick shot by UNM and gives them another face-off in the offensive zone.
As face-off one, Chance Shanks, another quick shot goes wide of the net. Marcus Trujillo goes to hunt it down as the NAU goaltender didn't know where it was for a second. Over to Miniakis. He'll feed into the corner. Throws one over across. Tried a cross-crease pass. Couldn't connect there. Puck is chipped out. Kind of a lazy pass there as Miniakis has to go in after it. And that was something, Nick, we talked about in the pregame. And Lobos can kind of get a little sloppy on passes sometimes, you've noticed. And it was a killer last week in the Air Force game as well. So,
with how much pressure they've had right now, that's the last thing you want to see is careless passes. You have NAU on the ropes. You have to have that killer instinct, especially going forward when you think about playoffs.
As NAU's goaltender will reach out and cover that puck up, just trying to, you would think, buy his team some time to breathe, as they have been, to your point, Nick, chasing the puck this entire first period.
Yeah, it's been great pressure from UNM, especially their defense. They're making the smart reads, pinching up to the blue line, even when they think it's probably going to be outlet pass, and it's creating good offensive time.
Face-off in the NAU zone is won by Northern Arizona. Number 8 will retreat behind the net, sends one over across to his teammate, now feeds one in front, puck loose, and that one goes high into the netting behind the NAU net.
Very, very unlucky that that's not 2-0. That was a fantastic feed across, and if not for, it looked like a good stick from the goaltender from NAU there, that's probably 2-0.
NAU on their heels early as Genshaw sets in to take the face-off. Face-off is battled for in the far face-off dot. Sent behind the net. Lobos persistent, maintaining the forecheck here as Payson sends one from backhanded in front of the net, never really made it through. Back to Tristan, walks the blue line, able to keep the puck in. He'll just decide to chip it in a little bit further for the Lobos to chase in after. UNM, Brown now with the puck. He'll decide to just send it in a little bit deeper as well. Battling for possession there is Nick Weaver in the corner with Seth Payson. Gives over to Genshaw, centers to Weaver, just missing on that pass. Another opportunity in front. NAU on the counterattack. Will just throw one wide of Sam Fisher. Behind the net as Tristan Coyer decides to just rope that around the boards out to center ice for NAU to collect. He decides to retreat near his blue line, sends one over across to his teammate, and they'll just dump it in. And NAU is going to go for a chase. And Nick, this is not going to be a successful strategy. They're chasing the puck so much that when they do get possession, their only option is to dump the puck in to afford themselves a change.
Yeah, and you have to think that they're maybe just not reading the play right just because they are so tired. You know, that play just previously dumps the puck in. UNM's on a change. They have the opportunity to skate the puck into the offensive zone and maybe get a shot or at least some sustained pressure, which they have not had.
And that's been a theme here early as a penalty looks like it's going to be called. Might be against the Lobos. Not too sure. It was Garrett McKinstry tied up with an NAU player and the referee raised his arm. And we will see, and it looks like it is going to be a power play for NAU. So a huge opportunity there for them to turn the tides here early in this first period.
Yeah, it's only 1-0. You know, you get an opportunity now to maybe go back and tie it up when realistically you probably should be down by a couple just with how much pressure UNM has had in the other zone. But, you know, hopefully good PK. That's something we probably didn't talk about in the pregame, but last week, even against Air Force, I thought the PK was fantastic at cutting off lanes, getting a good setup, and making sure that if there was going to be any passes, they probably had good sticks in the lane to cut it off. So hopefully UNM will just take this and keep on running with it.
Penalties have been a consistent issue for the Lobos so far. If there is any shortcomings for this team, as Arizona with the puck, that puck is great active stick there by Jared Ronquillo, able to negate that pass, send it out of play, and we'll have a repeat face-off here in the Lobos zone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just talking about. You know, Ronquillo gets good stick, pressure on the defense there. He has to make a silly pass, and it leads to another defensive zone face-off here for UNM.
Dylan Anthony assessed the minor penalty for UNM, so Arizona again on the power play. At the blue line, fans on a pass here. Ronquillo able to, another active, great defensive poke check there as an NAU player turns it over. Ronquillo in front of the net, backhander goes wide.
Unbelievable effort there by Ronquillo. I'm not sure how that didn't go in, to be honest with you.
Pretty wild there as NAU sloppy pass in front of their own net leads to an opportunity for Ronquillo, just unable to convert shorthanded. Maniakis now will loop around his own net, throws one up the boards, over for Chance Shanks. Shanks feeds over across to Nick Weaver. Weaver has that puck bounce off his stick and go into the far corner for Shanks to chase in after. Shanks and Weaver tie up with Arizona player bodies in the corner, still fighting for possession. Puck squeaks clean for an NAU player to collect.
You'd think, honestly, right now that UNM's on the power play with how much pressure they just had in NAU's zone. And there's another great stick.
Here comes Nick Weaver on a great poke check, tries to center one over to Seth Payson. Payson able to stop that pass with his stick, sends it out to Maniakis. Lobos will bleed more time off of this NAU power play as, Tristan Coyer's attempt to clear the puck just a little too much mustard on that sandwich.
I think he
hits the roof here at the Outpost Arena.
He's definitely been the gym too much this week. He pumped that one right off the roof there. So, but as we've been talking about, this penalty kill for UNM has been fantastic so far, and that's what you want to see. They made a silly penalty, but at least they're making up for it right now.
Payson feeds over across, and Tristan Coyer, will send that out of the zone. NAU has to retreat to collect it. Still yet to register a shot on this power play opportunity. So the Ice Jacks are going to have to make something happen down to the last 30 of this man advantage. Puck centered across the UNM, though, just suffocating in their defensive zone. And the pass is going to leak all the way out to the NAU zone, and they have to retreat all the way back for it.
Probably only going to get one more rush out of this power play, so you'd hope at least that they've got the tide turned a little bit. Maybe they can capitalize off this and keep some offensive zone time now.
Battling for the puck is Jared Carnes as he'll slap that one out of the zone. Going in after it, Garrett McKinstry might have a little bit of an angle. He collects the puck. NAU, though, quickly swarms to his position. Puck is still battling for it. McKinstry leaves it over to Carnes as he'll just retreat out to the neutral zone and send it over to Curtis Brown. Brown dumps it into the NAU zone. Goalie comes out to try to play the puck, but just rolls right past him. Puck sent out. Coyer turns it over at the blue line. And now Garrett McKentry with the puck. Makes a play at the logo. He'll charge into the zone. McKentry opts to go wide on the NAU defenders. Harassed there by a stick. Throws one over across to Coyer. Quick shot. That one knocked down. Score! Ronquillo on the rebound, and the Lobos are up 2-0.
There it is. The top-end talent striking again. Fantastic play into the offensive zone there from the neutral zone. Drags it across to the right and then just bumps it up to the blue line there. Quick shot on net, in the back of the net from the rebound there. UNM up 2-0.
And it's always tough for the goaltender when you have those big rebounds coming off of those kick saves. It's hard to direct that puck in the corner.
Yeah, especially when he has to come out and challenge like he did. You know, the defenseman up there on the blue line there for UNM, he had a free lane to shoot. So he's got to come out and challenge. Makes the right play, but just doesn't push the rebound into the right location.
Lobos up 2-0 here in the first period. That puck bounced in front of the NAU goaltender, almost a near disaster. Quick shot by Shanks goes wide of the net. And after it is Tristan Coyer. Coyer unable to grab the puck. NAU looking to start the counterattack. They'll dump it out to center ice. And Curtis Brown for UNM will collect. He'll stop up. Nice twirl away from number 18 for NAU. Sends one over across, unable to connect with Marcus Trujillo. And that'll leak all the way out down for icing on the Lobos.
You're starting to see some of the byproducts of what the pressure that UNM has put on early. You're seeing NAU push puck side pressure in their defensive zone towards the carry with the puck, and it's leaving empty spots for UNM to just pinch into and have free lanes. There was another shot there in the slot that could have put another puck in the net for them. If they don't clean that up, that might be a consistent problem we see throughout the rest of this game.
Jared Ronquillo set to take the face-off against Benjamin Deming of NAU. Face-off won by Ronquillo. Curtis Brown will leave it for Tristan Coyer. Coyer, though, bad pass in front, and NAU has scored. A bad feed there, miscommunication probably between Coyer and Brown leads to the NAU goal.
Yeah, just a little bit of an unfortunate play there. He tries to take the puck back in behind his own net, fumbles a little bit, and NAU is there to capitalize on it. And this is what we talked about earlier, G. You don't want to give NAU a sniff. You've been up the whole game. It's now a one-goal game.
And it's a tough one right there, especially when you consider Sam Fisher's only faced 2 shots. That goal really realistically not on him. Bad turnover in front of the net. And as a goaltender, you're just at a disadvantage to react that quickly.
Yeah, and when you haven't seen as many shots like you just talked about, it's going to be hard for you to stay focused in the game. So UNM, as a defensive group, need to help their goaltender out. They've got to give him a chance to make the plays and get into the game. You know, like 2 shots isn't going to help you as a goalie. You need more, and some goalies like getting rubber.
It helps them get into the groove of the game, and it's all a feel for a goaltender. It's ebbs and flows for their game, all depending on shots. So Sam Fisher, an unfortunate bounce in front of his own net as Seth Payson sees that puck go past him, and UNM will battle for possession in the far boards corner. Nick Weaver sends one over a little bit deeper. Payson has to push off an NAU player. Puck sent from the point, deflected wide by an NAU stick. Rebound goes wide as well. Payson there on the other side. That shot just deflects wide. Another opportunity there. Tyler Levitt winds, fakes the shot at the blue line, decides to send it in a little bit deeper behind NAU's net, battling forward in the far boards corner. Now with puck possession, UNM tries to send it out to the blue line, but it goes right between the goalposts of the UNM defenders, and Levitt has to settle it down. He'll throw the puck length of the ice. Nice stretch pass there, hits Seth Payson. Payson drops over for Weaver, sends one over across. Genshaw just not in a position to accept that pass. Puck's in a little bit deeper now. Weaver, my bad. Weaver, Payson, and Genshaw, a line combination Coach Grant Harvey has been playing a lot. They saw a lot of ice time in the Air Force series. Puck thrown towards the net, rebound loose out the side. NAU's goaltender is down, and he'll cover with 9:11 to go here in the first period.
Something hopefully we see a little bit more of tonight as well. Something we probably didn't touch on too much in the pregame, but for UNM, I think to be successful going forward into the playoffs, they need secondary scoring. They are carried very heavily sometimes by guys like Jared Ronquillo and Logan Coyer. So you'd hope to see this second line that Coach Grant Harvey's put together over the last couple of weeks capitalize on that and go forward. And a game like this is going to be helpful for them. It's going to build that chemistry, get them seeing where they want to go and getting a feeling for each other, you know?
Definitely. And I think the more this line has gelled together, and we've seen this combination a lot the past 3 games, just the more chemistry they're going to build. Hockey is a game of chemistry. Putting together a good line is kind of like fitting pieces of a puzzle together. You just have to find guys who gel together, whose games complement each other. And Coach Grant Harvey is onto something here with Genshaw, Weaver, and Seth Payson. Curtis Brown has to race for that puck possession. He'll send it up the ice for Dylan Anthony. Anthony tries to send it up to McKentry, bounces over a stick, and NAU will dump it back in. Holding on to the puck now, Tristan Coyer. He's harassed there. Number 5 for NAU centers one in front, unable to find his teammate. Great active defensive stick there. Garrett McKinstry, quick on the counterattack for UNM, has the puck poked off of his stick, has to retreat and send the puck in deeper for Carnes. Carnes collects the puck and he'll decide to skate away, drops over for Levitt. He'll take a shot. That one deflected wide off of Anthony's stick. Miniakis a blast from the blue line. That one goes wide. Going in after it, Levitt. Levitt now sees the puck leak out towards neutral ice, and having to retreat and collect it is Carnes. Jared will just decide to dump it into the zone, and NAU will go in after it.
The joys of having too much pressure in the offensive zone, you just get a free change there for UNM, and you keep the pressure up while NAU's been left out there the whole time.
And that's going to be something to keep our eyes on as this game progresses, and something we've already seen already, Nick. UNM just a little bit more jump to their skates tonight, and a lot of that plays into the fact that they've dominated zone time, and they have owned puck possession as well. As here comes Marcus Trujillo. He'll take a quick shot. That one goes wide of the net. Shouldered in and almost taking a gnarly hit there was Captain Jared Ronquillo. Kind of got shouldered in an awkward position. Number 12 for NAU will have the puck poked off his stick by Trujillo. Levitt decides to just shovel it behind his own net for Miniakis to collect. Throws it up the boards and bouncing and hitting Marcus Trujillo. And Trujillo will just center that one over to Jared Ronquillo, but he'll be just over the blue line and offsides will be called.
Very surprised that wasn't a call on Jared Ronquillo there. Seemed like an elbow to the back, a little bit away from the board there. Could have been a boarding call, just from what I see. A player in a little bit of a vulnerable position, so I'm surprised that's not a call, but that's the way the game works. You're not going to get every call that you want.
And that's even a hit that the NHL is looking to eliminate from their play, so definitely a good thing to see Ronquillo wasn't injured or make too big of contact with the boards, able to stop himself. That puck sent in a little bit deeper. NAU will collect, and the Lobos just continuing that wear game here. Just beating NAU, Nick, it seems like, to every available puck on the ice.
They've been fantastic, like we talked about earlier. They're ferocious on the puck.
Just wide. A shot there by Nick Weaver. Just over the glove side of the goaltender. Centers one in front. Genshaw, quick shot. That one off the post and knocked down, and the goaltender has to cover it up.
The cycle game has been really strong for what UNM has been able to set up. They're keeping the puck down low and just kind of cycling through, getting players down low, support the puck. And like you said earlier, they're beating guys to the puck. They're just winning simple battles, and that's allowing them to get these grade A scoring opportunities. That was 2 right there in the span of 10 seconds just because of how well they're working in that offensive zone.
And that's something we've seen the line of Weaver, Genshaw, and Seth Payson implement a lot this season, and they worked it a lot in the Air Force series as well. They've kind of developed a triangle style of offense where they always have active shooters on each faceoff dot of the goaltender, so the goalie's never really in a position where he feels he has the entire net covered.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's fantastic fundamental hockey. That's what you're taught as a kid. Keep that triangle, support each other, and change it how you need to. Even these breakouts there, they're creating a good triangle to help their D, like we talked about in the pregame.
Nice move by McKinstry there, just unable to maintain possession as will leak out to center ice. Having to chase after it. Tristan Coyer utilizing the boards, just ricochet that puck to Carnes. He'll drop over. McKinstry drops back to Carnes. Carnes now makes a few stick handles in the corner, will rope one around, looking for support, unable to meet any Lobo there. But quick to the puck there. NAU trying to clear the zone, and they're finally able to. Now cutting into the zone, number 5 for NAU challenges Tristan Coyer. Nice shoulder to knock him down.
Fantastic play there. Removing the puck from the player there just by using a good strong body check.
NAU, quick shot. Fisher able to snatch that one out of the air after the initial shot bounced right off of him. And a whistle will come here. 5:29 to go.
It's something we talked about. We want to see, some shots go towards Sam Fisher to maybe help him get his eye into the game. But the big key for me on that play was they gave him a free lane to see it. When UNM's goalies see the puck, they are not going to not stop it. They have been fantastic at that all season long.
And that's 100% of, that's what me and Josh were talking about last series as well, Nick, is both of these goalies have been such on their games. Puck loose in front of the net. Ronquillo just has to sweep it out of harm's way over to Shanks. Both UNM goalies have been at the top of their games as Trujillo will shoulder a player down there.
Big booming hit there in the offensive zone while he was trying to pick up the puck.
And he still was able to knock that player down and still have the wherewithal to still pursue the puck. Centered in front of the net, puck is loose, and it bounces in front. Ronquillo trying to get the puck. He's shouldered away. NAU looks to start the counterattack. Thrown length of the ice, only finds the stick of Curtis Brown. Right back into the offensive zone. Jared Ronquillo, skate to stick. Leaves one over for Shanks. Shanks now with the puck. Looking for a pass, throws one across, finds Coyer. His shot just might have glanced off of the NAU goaltender or maybe the post, not too sure. It's loose behind the net. And there's going to be a whistle as it looks like the net might be dislodged from its moorings down there.
I'm surprised the linesman or the referees there could even see what was going on. There were so many bodies there behind the net. You can really not even see the puck. There's a little bit of cheeky play goes on between plays here. I'm sure that's a little bit of gamesmanship from Jared Ronquillo. Might get called for it though.
Just a little bit of hockey pleasantries there between two opponents. And it looks like there might be a penalty, as you alluded to, Nick, as the official is pointing. And NAU is going to have another power play here as they look to equalize this game as they find themselves down 2-1.
It's not a horrible thing to see. You're trying to get in the opponent's head here. They're trying to do everything they can to kind of get up. This is a game that probably shouldn't be as close as it is on the scoreboard. But the captain's trying to do a little bit there of gamesmanship to get NAU off, and unfortunately, it just doesn't work out for him. He's going to spend, I think, 2 minutes in the box here.
And that's been something that has plagued UNM all season. I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. This team is talented in all three phases, offensively, defensively, great backstopping and goaltending. Penalties, though, have been a recurring theme for this team. And you mentioned it, Nick. This game is pretty close right now between these two teams, and it doesn't look or feel close on the ice, but it's penalties like that. I know you're trying to establish your game and you want to send a message to the opponent, but you don't want to do it at the detriment of your own team.
Yeah, and you worry about it going forward, into the playoffs. What's that going to do for their chances to win a national championship? Is it going to impact it because they had a little bit of a brain snap in a period when they probably shouldn't have?
Definitely is. Tyler Levitt finds himself pinched against the boards by three NAU players. Puck pokes free for Nico Miniakis to settle down behind his own net. He'll lob one out. Number 12 tried to keep it in, but it'll leak out of the zone, and NAU's goaltender has to come out and settle it down.
Unfortunately, he lost his edge there, but they're at least creating pressure on their forecheck in the zone to try and hold the puck. But right now, it looks like UNM's going to be able to take that puck back and ice it down, kill some good time here on the PK.
Not a good pass there at center ice as the Lobos were able to easily get a stick in that lane and cut off that passing opportunity. Ice Jacks need to capitalize on this power play. You would think tying up this game, given the way the pace of play has gone in this period, will go huge in their favor, because UNM would be looking at themselves thinking, we've dominated time of possession, dominated the pace of play, but the game is tied. As offsides, it's going to look like it's going to be called here against NAU.
Very light off.
I was about to mention that whistle was a tad bit late as that puck will go all the way back out to center ice, and NAU will have to start over here with 58 seconds remaining on their power play.
He was almost at the goal line when the referee decided, I think that was offside.
Linesman maybe a bit of a delayed whistle. You never know. It's a little chilly in here. Maybe the whistle didn't go.
You've got to keep warm somehow, I guess.
Yeah. The linesmen, recipients of just as much ire as the officials get from time to time.
Especially on icing and offside calls.
Definitely. Those are only their two key responsibilities of the game.
If they mess those up, what are they really there for?
It's a good question. Moral support sometimes has been my explanation.
Or breaking up fights in mine.
Seth Payson battles for the puck in the corner there, able to give one over across to Tristan Coyer as he'll launch that one length of the ice and kill more time on this penalty kill. Lobos have implemented a great strategy here. NAU has not established a single forechecking opportunity with the man advantage. Moving into the zone now. Stopped up at the blue line. Chance Shanks will just rope that one length of the ice. And NAU will go to hunt it down to the final 12 seconds to go on the power play.
You can see they have a lot of skill, NAU. The biggest thing I would say right now is they need to have some support for each other. They're stretching the zone here, trying to catch UNM off, and it's not working.
Quick shot just goes wide of the net, in after it. NAU, puck comes free, number 23 tries to center one in front. Couldn't really connect with number 5. Ronquillo will go all the way down for the puck as the penalty expires here against him. Ronquillo collects it behind the net, tries to center one in front, couldn't find anybody though. NAU looking to get quick on the counterattack. Nice crouching play there made by Tristan Coyer, able to cut that pass off at neutral ice. Puck sent over across, Ronquillo now into the zone. He's hit, pushed up against the boards. Puck leaks free as NAU looks to settle it down and slow down the pace of play behind their own net. They'll center it up to blue line.
I don't know if the camera is showing it as well as we can see it on ice level, but NAU have some big bodies. You'd hope that they'd start using them maybe a little bit more. We see a hit on Jared Ronquillo as he's trying to carry the puck in the offensive zone, so maybe that'll just start throwing UNM off like it did last week for the game against Air Force that they did lose.
Physicality is often the great equalizer in hockey. It can neutralize the opposing team's speed if they are faster than you. You beat on your opponent's body enough, and they're going to stop skating as hard for puck possession. And, speaking of big hits, knocked down. Nick Weaver sends an NAU player down. Zach Ginshaw in front of the net, takes a shot, and it's covered up by the NAU goaltender.
Action, end-to-end action there. You know, big hit at one end and then skating down the end and tries to put one in, a quick little move. But the goalie's up to the task on that one.
You know, Nick, you brought up an interesting point earlier. NAU not really looking like they're doing much supporting on the ice. It seems like their players are a little discombobulated when it comes to zone entry time. Do you think a lot of that has to come with the fact that this is a team that hasn't played in over a month?
I definitely do, and you can see it. It's a lot of individual plays right now. You know, one guy skating the puck up on one side of the ice. There's no real support through the middle or even close just to make a quick bump pass. There's nothing there. It's one guy carrying in, and then if he doesn't have a good entry, he's dumping it into the offensive zone.
And that's definitely been the repeat of what we've seen in this first period. An NAU player will get the puck in the neutral zone, and his nearest pass outlet is across the ice. So not really a lot of opportunities for NAU to get UNM bodies and skates moving a lot on the ice. We've seen UNM implement a lot of little touch passes from one player to another. We touched on the Genshaw, Pace, and Weaver's triangle offense they've implemented. Here comes Karn's nice move as he'll sweep around the net. Looking for support, he'll send one in a little bit deeper. Dylan Anthony now with the puck. Anthony sends one over across to Garrett McKinstry over across. Brown takes a quick shot in and out of the glove of the NAU goaltender. Puck is loose. Brown has to sweep one down. NAU, though, looking to break. They might have a 2-on-1 here. Moving into the zone. Back is Coyer. Quick shot in. Fisher, great save. Able to pad that one away. Puck leaks out. NAU able to poke it back in. It's Curtis Brown. Brown now has to sweep the puck away. He'll give over to Carnes. Carnes in the near boards corner. He'll be pinched up by number 27. Brown sends one over across to Garrett McKinstry. Eludes a stick check there. McKinstry tries a centering pass over to Dylan Anthony. Couldn't connect. Puck sent length of the ice there in the NAU zone as their player will chip it off the boards. Brown collects the blue line, sends one over across to Tristan Coyer. Dylan Anthony tried a touch pass there, just unable to get the puck off of his stick. Going down to the ice, and we'll have a whistle here. It looks like it'll be offsides against the Lobos.
Good offensive chance there for NAU. I like the idea of the shot because, as we talked about earlier, Sam Fisher has not seen many shots. They've only got 4 shots on goal for NAU right now, so a good quick shot sometimes can surprise the goalie there, especially when you're in on a 2-on-1.
The shot disparity pretty significant here as we entered the last 30 seconds of the first period. Lobos accounting for 19, NAU with only 4 of their own, yet this game remains 2-1. So you got to think UNM, if this score remains, has something to talk about in the locker room as number 9 takes a quick shot loose in front of the net. Fisher, they score! NAU able to push a puck in that just squibbed in front of Sam Fisher. This game is tied.
The only thing you didn't want in the last minute is a goal. If you're UNM, that has to be probably the worst thing to happen to a team in any division of any league for hockey. To give up a late goal, it gives your opponent so much momentum for that next period. You're going to go into period 2 here tied.
And this is, Nick, I was just talking about it before that puck even went in. This game has not looked close and has not really played close on the ice yet. We're 18.6 seconds away from going into the first intermission tied at 2 goals apiece.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how the ice is tilted. You know, right now it's tilted in UNM's favor, but at the end of the day, the game is played by how many pucks you put in the net, and right now it's 2-2.
Exactly, and they don't call it puck luck in hockey for no reason at all. Sometimes it really just comes down to your bounce of the puck, and like you mentioned, ice tilt doesn't matter when you get good bounces in front of your net, and both of NAU's goals have come off of pucks that have just been loose in front of Sam Fisher, not giving the UNM netminder much time to react to it. But UNM a chance as they'll get a power play here is number 16 for NAU. That's going to be Andrew Burling is going to go to the penalty box. Quick shot by Payson into the breadbasket of the NAU goalie. So the Lobos have something to build on, Nick. They'll have power play time for the last 6.9 of the first and carry power play into the start of the second.
The split time on the power play can be hard because sometimes you don't get as much momentum as you like out of it, but we're talking about a red-hot power play here for UNM, so they should be able to transition this over.
Patient shot blocked. That one loose at the side of the net. Ronquillo just had it bounce off his stick, and that'll take us to the buzzer here. End of the first period. We're tied at 2, NAU and UNM, and it was a pretty shocking development there at the end of that period. NAU cashing in on that last second goal.
Yeah, let's talk about, the positives for UNM. They have been playing fantastically. Let's not take anything away from how well they have played. They've been using their speed like we talked about in the pregame. They have been creating second chances, rebounds in front, have accounted for both goals if I'm not mistaken. So, they're playing fantastically. For the NAU side, you have to be in the right place to be lucky. And on both goals, they've had guys in the crease or around it when the puck has gone in there. So full credit to them being in the right place at the right time. Hopefully, UNM side steps up here and maybe finishes a couple more pucks and puts this probably where the score should be.
Alrighty, fans. So we are at the end of one period. We are tied 2-2. You are watching the Lobo Hockey Network, Game 1 of Northern Arizona University versus your University of New Mexico Lobos. We're going to take a quick break here on the Lobo Hockey Network. We'll be back for second period action here on the Lobo Hockey Network. Alrighty, Lobo fans, welcome back to the second period here at the Outpost Arena. We are knotted up at 2 here between the NAU Ice Jacks and UNM Lobos. Nick, we were talking in that intermission period about how this game has been a lot closer than what the play on the ice has dictated. We were rewatching the 2 goals that UNM gave up in that period, and it really kind of just came down to miscommunication on the first one and kind of like a bang-bang play on the second.
Yeah, the second goal specifically, I think, is a bit of a lucky play. Part of it, I think, defensively, you got Tyler Levette not going with his mark and pushing across. And I think, unfortunately, Sam, I think just accidentally slid too far, and it kind of caught him off guard, that quick little move back to the backhand there. But, yeah, the first play, I think, was just as we talked to the coaches about it in between the period, a little bit of miscommunication. Partly, I think it was a little bit of their defensive structure as well, as we talked about between periods. I think the center was cheating a little bit, allowed 2 of the NAU guys just go straight to the net, and unfortunately ends up in the back of your net. But as we also talked about, a lot of positives here for UNM. They've had fantastic offensive pressure, and when they have had the puck, they have been unstoppable with it for the most part, apart from putting it in the back of the net. And I think Coach Grant Harvey talked a little bit about it. You know, maybe they slept a little bit too much on this opponent, so hopefully they won't sleep on them again here in the second.
And the Lobos are going to have a prime opportunity to recapture the lead as they still have 1:46 of power play time to start this second. Chance Shanks with the puck. He'll loop around the boards and give one over across to Payson. Payson feeds over across to Genshaw. Back to Payson. Payson analyzes, gives back over to Shanks. Shanks centers one front. Weaver's shot deflects just wide. In after it now, Genshaw settles it down, drops to Payson. Payson walks the blue line, looks, kick a quick shot that deflected off a body in front into the corner for Chance Shanks to collect. Shanks feeds back to Payson at the blue line, across over to Genshaw. Genshaw makes a move to elude an NAU stick. Number 12, though, persistent with the stick, pushes him up against the boards. Ronquillo's pass eludes Payson at the blue line and will go all the way out of the zone.
Unlucky little play there, but fantastic passing right now and getting the defensive structure of the PK here for NAU to move side to side, which will create some opportunities, and they're getting good looks in the middle.
Here comes Nick Weaver. That puck just bounces off his stick. Genshaw tries to pick it up, but too many NAU sticks negate that opportunity, and it's passed out of the zone. We see this line, and it's on the power play here as well, that Payson, Genshaw, and Weaver line. And Nick, you and I touched on in the first period, this team that line really has operated off of the triangle offense and implementing that. And we're seeing parts of that here on this power play as well, as that pass is lost in the neutral zone all the way back out to the UNM end. That pass goes high over the net, and Sam Fisher now picking up his Genshaw, looking for the numbers game. Genshaw will drop over Weaver. Weaver takes a quick shot. That one whistles wide of the net. Dylan Anthony will chip it off the boards for Genshaw. Centers in front, Ronquillo, nice save made. NAU's goaltender quick on the pads, able to stop that quick trigger pull by Ronquillo. Jared has to retreat out near the blue line. Now touches up, takes a quick shot. That one lost in front and into the breadbasket of the NAU goaltender, and a whistle will go.
A good shot there at the end, and what I like to see there is you have 2 bodies in front. You know, you're creating a little bit of traffic, creating mayhem, and what it's gonna do from the PK standpoint is gonna suck them down, and it's gonna give you all the time and space up on the point here to make the plays side to side and kind of push them and wear them out.
And we have seen the Lobos employ in that last little round of power play time that cycle of getting the puck in deep, getting NAU to go around the net, kind of chase the puck and send it out to the blue line. And it opens up those opportunities, like you said, Nick, in the slot. Dylan Anthony loses his edge as he hits the ice. The power play has elapsed for UNM, both teams at full strength. Curtis Brown, a nice little play to keep it in at the blue line. Chipped in a little bit further there by number 25, San Stipe. Sends one over across to Cole Robertson. Some quick shot in front, puck is loose. NAU's goaltender's down, just goes wide. Dylan Anthony had a wide open net, just missed it.
Unfortunately, that puck just bounced on edge and he just shanked it wide.
Dylan Anthony falling victim to the bouncing puck, and that's something you alluded to, Nick, in the intermission as you took a look at the ice surface. You said it was chipped, and to be on the lookout for a lot of bouncing pucks, more so than usual, and we just saw an example of that right there.
Yeah, you can see just where the players are skating in and digging in. There's some cracks just starting to show, so you're going to see pucks bouncing on end a little bit, and that's going to lead to some crazy opportunities. So you just got to be in the right place, and that's what UNM did on their 2 goals. They had good rebounds, they had pressure around the goals, and hopefully that'll translate here.
Ronquillo set to take the face-off. It's won by him. Shanks tries to elude a few skaters, can't do it. Puck loose in front of the NAU net. Number 25 will just chip it out, but it's in the skates of Ronquillo. He tries to locate it, can't do it. Puck leaks out to neutral ice. Number 27 for NAU will chip in a little bit further. Sam, and they score! NAU has scored a goal. Sam Fisher went out to play the puck. I'm not too sure what happened. And it went right past him. It's 3-2 Northern Arizona, and Max McCarron is gathering his equipment off the bench, and it looks like Sam Fisher's night is over.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sam got trapped a little bit in no man's land there. He goes out a little bit to play the puck and then stops, and it gives number 27 there from NAU the opportunity to go in and just poke one by him. I'm sure Sam's not too happy with that. But we'll see if that translates. Maybe Max coming in here will help settle UNM down a little bit.
And you got to think, Nick, Sam was just victim to puck predicaments tonight. I mean, just bad bounces, some turnovers in front of his own net. So his night will be over. Sam facing 6 shots in total, giving up 3 goals.
And then Max have to be quick there off the first shot he sees. It's in the high slot and no one in front.
And NAU, a player, is basically pounding a UNM player in the ice in the corner, and a penalty will come from that. So the Lobos are going to be quick on the power play here to even this game up, as it was kind of like a Macho Man Randy Savage flying elbow in the corner there by that NAU player.
Are we watching WWE from the 1990s right now?
I mean, that
Hogan
that play was definitely not the cream of the crop. I don't think Macho Man Randy Savage would have approved of that, but that was
Where's the Iron Sheik?
I'm playing on the wrestling references. Josh liked last week when I mentioned one of the Air Force players put a UNM player in the Hulk Hogan 24-inch Python headlock.
There you go. I'm surprised we don't have any DDP or Iron Sheik references going on.
Josh was flabbergasted. I don't think he knew I was a wealth of wrestling knowledge. UNM on the power play here. Great chance for them to equalize this game as Nick Weaver wins it to Seth Payson. Payson drops over to Shanks, back to Payson. Feeds over to Genshaw, analyzes, takes a shot, kicked out by the NAU goalie. Rebound, Payson takes another shot, and the goaltender able to cover that one up. Great recovery there by the NAU goaltender, able to kick save on the first one and able to recover in time to swallow up that second shot opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I would like to see, maybe a little bit more here from Jared, is when he's off to the side of the net, he's waiting for the puck to come, kind of cycle around and go down low and then bump past into the middle. If it's not there, I want him to come across and get some traffic in front of the goalie. Definitely.
That's something UNM is known for in a lot of their goals. Their power play has been one of the most efficient as we've seen here on their home games. So the Lobos here, golden opportunity to tie this game up, maybe switch up their power play a little bit more as here comes Payson into the zone, stops up, feeds one to Genshaw. Genshaw on the high slot will now slide to the near faceoff dot, feeds over to Ronquillo, just over the stick of Payson, leaks out to center ice, and the Lobos will have to chase that one down.
Just lost his skate a little bit there, and then the pass is just a little too far out of reach. But good pace through the neutral zone here.
Nice move. Here comes Shanks, eludes a stick, goes around, centers one in front. Puck was loose. Nobody was able to get a stick on it. Weaver leaves one over for Genshaw near the blue line, feeds to Payson. Payson looks for an outlet, centers one in front, just deflected wide. Nick Weaver had a good deflection in front of the net, just goes wide of the goaltender. Sends one off the boards. Great stick there by Genshaw, able to keep the puck in. He takes a shot. That one whistles high over the goaltender. Number 23 for NAU will have to race and beat Weaver to the puck. Both sticks collide as they chop at it, and the puck will leak out to center ice for Nick Weaver to recollect.
You've got 40 seconds left here. You'd like to see them slow down a little bit on some of these plays.
Ronquillo dances through 2 NAU defenders, but the puck just out of reach for him, is sliding across the ice and covering it up is the NAU goaltender. Now 30 seconds remaining on this power play opportunity for the Lobos.
Like I was saying, I think one of the things they're maybe doing a little bit too much right now is they're panicking a little bit. They're thinking we should probably have a goal by now, and they're starting to throw the puck and force plays instead of just letting the play happen.
And you gotta think, Nick, a lot of that is coming from the fact that they're now down to this NAU team, and they're down having 25 shots on net and only scoring 2. NAU with 7, and they have 3. At some point, I know these players don't want to look up at the scoreboard too much, but at some point you're looking up and thinking, gosh, we have double the shots of these guys, but we're still losing by a goal.
Yeah, and you still wonder maybe if they're in their own head and thinking they should be winning this game by a lot. And what they've got to do right now is what they're kind of doing on this power play, put that time and effort in and stick to the hard part of the game, play in the dirty areas.
Coyer shot, he scores! Tristan Coyer picks the corner right over the NAU glove. And right on cue, the Lobos have tied the game.
Top cheddar with Mama hides the cookies, right? Absolute howitzer of a shot with the wrister over the left shoulder of the goalie, and just perfect timing. That's what you need. Like you talked about, Gino, they were down 3-2. You need this tie to start pushing back and putting this game where it should be. Fantastic goal, fantastic play, and I really like the power play in that last sequence.
Definitely, and that's a huge goal. You have to think after you had your goalie pulled on the last goal given up, this could be a huge motivation here for the Lobos. And sometimes coaches utilize pulling the goaltender, not really to punish the goaltender, but really to send a message to his team that he wants better play. And maybe that's what Coach Grant Harvey was doing.
Yeah, you have to think he's probably saying this is not good enough. You know, we should be playing much better, and we're not. And like I said, it's not on Sam. I think he had a couple unlucky bounces. But I think it just settles the nerves down of the team. You know, they're probably swimming a little too fast, and they, even on that power play, you saw a little bit of panic. If they slow it down, play the right way, they're going to get goals.
As NAU looks to clear the puck out of their zone, bounces off the shin pad there of Tristan Coyer. Here's an opportunity here. Here comes Payson, gives over to McKinstry. Shot shouldered off by the NAU goaltender. Seth Payson went flying behind their net. NAU just has to chip the puck out of the zone. Great opportunity there for the Lobos. NAU's goaltender has been playing top-notch tonight so far, Nick. Stopping a lot of opportunities. Brown, a shot kicked away into the corner. Collected there by Genshaw. Genshaw harassed by number 19, has to retreat. Nice little move to chip the puck over to Brown. Brown feeds over to Tristan Coyer. Leaves one for Brown, just bounces over his stick and back into the far face-off corner. It's Genshaw, feeds to Brown. Brown chips it over for Genshaw. Has the puck chipped off of his stick by number 18 for NAU, and they will look to clear the zone and just dump it into the UNM end to start a change.
There's great pressure there, though. You know, they create the separation from NAU, at least get the puck back, and then they keep it along the boards here. You know, they're playing the smart way of how to get back in, and, you know, you're tight. You're 0-0. You have to blank it out in your head right now and think this is a 0-0 game and go in if you want to score the first goal or the next goal and really put yourself in the driver's seat.
And you got to think UNM probably looking for that spark that'll allow them to kind of run away with this game a little bit more. NAU, even though the play on the ice hasn't really been as close, able to keep UNM on their toes, and these goals that they've been scoring have come at opportune times that have kept the Lobos a little frustrated and a little off kilter. Chance Shanks, a nice move, tries to get around an NAU player. Has to dump the puck out to the blue line, but that's going to be touched up, and the Lobos are going to be offside, so they have to retreat out of their zone, but looks like it's going to be touched by, might be Marcus Trujillo, so offsides, and face-off coming out to the face-off dot to the left side of the NAU defensive zone.
A little bit of a confusion there. I almost thought they were trying to call intentional offside there, so luckily the referee's there to see a clear eyes view of what was going on and have some reason. The strife's getting a little bit out of control sometimes.
Face-off won by UNM. Chance Shanks will just guide that puck into the zone. Number 17 for NAU chips it off the boards. Leaves it for number 8, Ronquillo, though. Nice stick, able to negate that pass to clear the zone. It's Marcus Trujillo to Ronquillo in front of the net. Puck just bouncing on him. Couldn't get a clear shot on it. Another example, Nick, maybe of that chipped ice you were talking about. Number 8 for NAU into the zone. Has a battle there in the corner with Nico Miniakis. Both men hit the deck. No call there. Coach Grant Harvey talking to one of the officials, maybe asking where that call was, as the puck bounces high off of the back of the boards behind Max McCarron. The puck thrown length of the ice. Marcus Trujillo able to find the puck as it was bouncing on him. Trujillo now looking for an outlet, pinched up against the board, leaves it over for Ronquillo. Nice move in front, and save made as the goaltender was pushing off the post, and it looks like it dislodged the moorings. Though a stoppage of play coming.
I think that's a very, very unlucky timing there for UNM. They have a great shot there on net by Ronquillo. They have pressure going towards the net. You know, you think they might have scored, and I think that's what Jared's talking to the referee about right now. You know, maybe you're looking at, you know, something forced from the goalie to try and slow it down a little bit. I think a little bit unlucky, but what can you do?
Goalie pushed off that post pretty hard, dislodging the net from the moorings. Number 3 will sweep the puck behind for number 16 for NAU to hunt down. Sends one up, out into the neutral zone. Now moving in, number 28 it looks like for NAU. Couldn't advance the puck any further as he was sandwiched between 2 UNM players. Jack Kelly makes a move there. Now in is Garrett McKinstry. McKinstry, nice move in front. He backhands into the glove of the NAU goaltender and covers up. My goodness, Garrett McKinstry. And now there's going to be a little bit of a tussle in front of the UNM net.
Some argy-bargy, both guys did not like that play there from NAU going to the net there, but absolutely beautiful move there from McKinstry.
And just as equally as beautiful was the save made by the NAU goaltender. I mean, he's faced already. We're only 11:53 left in the second. He's already faced 29 shots, and he's been rock solid for NAU.
Yeah, you think about it. He's faced a shot a minute right now. He's at almost at 30 shots, and he's just been peppered. But he has been so far strong to the task. I mean, to only let in 3 so far with how much you've seen, that's full credit to him. He has been fantastic so far, and if he's not keen to the challenge there, that's a highlight reel goal for McKinstry.
That's the second time in the last 2 weeks we've seen McKinstry robbed on that move. Smith, the goaltender from Air Force, making a similar save. McKinstry utilizing that pull forehand to backhand move. Unable to put the puck in the back of the net both times, but beautiful execution though by McKinstry, able to get the goalie moving.
A little bit of 4-on-4 hockey right now.
Yeah, looks like there's going to be penalties to number 16 for NAU, Andrew Burling, and number 18, Jack Kelly. So 4-on-4 speed game, definitely an advantage for UNM as the goaltender for NAU will snatch that puck out of the air.
Looked like he was in the crowds at a baseball game snatching that souvenir out of the air.
It was not, if the goaltending never works out, he might have a job maybe as an infielder for a baseball team, showing off the stretch there.
Sports Center top 10 maybe in the future.
Maybe. We'll have to have Julian send that clip to ESPN. That puck is in the equipment of Zach Genshaw. Now over to Tristan Coyer in front. Here's Nick Weaver, waits out the goalie, save made. Nick Weaver all alone in front of the NAU net, but once again unable to outweight the goaltender, and he's able to swallow that shot opportunity up.
He almost had him there. You see Weaver, he makes the quick little pump fake and gets the goalie to bite, but unfortunately just doesn't get it past him. Couldn't roof it enough over the stick side there.
This goalie may be starting to creep into the UNM players' minds of what do we have to do to get a shot past this guy.
Yeah, you have to think if they don't put one by him soon, it might start to creep into their minds a lot.
Brown able to keep that puck into the blue line, thrown towards the net, bounces just wide. Lobos may have to utilize getting traffic in front of the net to blind this goaltender. Coyer, nice move to get the puck past one level of the defense, over across, pacing, quick shot that goes wide. Brown, stick to stick, able to send it in deeper, but only finds the stick of number 25 NAU as Tristan has to retreat out to center ice. Throws it across to Payson. 1 minute even remaining on this 4-on-4 hockey. Coyer tried to make a move in neutral ice, couldn't do it. As Shanks is tied up there with an NAU player, Payson picks the puck up. Payson, pinched up against the boards by number 3, has to retreat and drop to Shanks. Shanks to Brown at the blue line. Brown in deeper to Shanks, near face-off dot. Tries to make a move, but he's bodied off the puck, back to Payson. Payson now glides near the blue line, drops over to Brown. Nice glove down there by Chance Shanks. Moving in, Shanks in all alone, shot, and that one's off of the NAU goaltender, loose in front, and the puck is back out to the blue line. Nobody able to find that puck, and NAU player shoots it back. Here comes Tristan Coyer again. His shot goes wide. Back
Good
to Brown.
Traffic. They've had good traffic in front of the net here the last little bit. Thought they were playing off too far to the side there for the first little bit of this 4-on-4, but some good shots here were helping them out.
Coyer, as that puck is slapped high as an NAU player, loses his edge, and that's been a reoccurring theme we've seen here. A few Lobos and Ice Jacks losing the edge. Here comes Ronquillo. Shanks a shot and a save! Oh, what a save made by the NAU goaltender on a slap shot there. A cross-crease feed, unable to beat him. Now,
nifty move there from Ronquillo to set up that play.
And Jared has been, he reaches into his bag of tricks, it seems like, every game to come up with a stick handle we haven't seen him done before. So it is, Jared never fails to amaze and never fails to show off how smooth his hands can be.
You reckon he's called the magician in the locker room?
Maybe. Maybe you can ask him that during the intermission.
I think we will.
Number 17 for NAU will retreat near the far face-off dot of his own zone. Has that puck bounce off the stick of Ronquillo and in to the Lobos bench. It would be a good conversation.
Yeah.
It'd be a chance for you to build camaraderie with the team, and maybe they'll even give you a nickname.
something funny, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Maybe not good for the stream, but
you know, it might not be good for the stream, but it'll be good for you.
good team bonding exercise.
Definitely is. Tyler Levitt will send it over to Nico Miniakis. That shot goes wide of the net. Going in after it, there's Garrett McKentry. Battles in the corner. McKentry, nice move. Backhands one on the NAU goaltender, and he'll cover that one up.
That's twice now he's beaten that same defender with that quick little backhand forehand move, and he's got past him. But so far, goaltender for NAU, like we've talked about for the last 30 minutes, he's been up to the challenge.
Well, we definitely know what Garrett has been practicing during the free skate.
It must have been working on the goalies, as Sam and Max at practice. So.
And if he can beat those goaltenders with that move, it's only going to be a matter of time before he cracks the code of this NAU goalie. Here comes McKentry again as he'll chase the puck in. Number 2 for NAU pitches him up against the board. Carnes lends support. The puck leaks free. Over across to Levitt. Levitt sets up, takes a quick shot. That one deflects high over the net. Going in after it, Miniakis slaps at it. Puck comes loose into the slot. NAU collects, and number 12 is out to neutral ice. Puck dumped in a little bit deeper for Max McCarron to collect. McCarron stretches the ice, gives one over across. Nice feed, Genshaw in behind the defense, moving it alone. He's stopped! What a save again by the NAU goaltender.
At this point, don't make a move on this goalie.
Oh my goodness, he's tracked every move. Every move we've seen.
Just take a slap shot at this point from the hash marks. Maybe you might get it past him because the moves aren't working.
A beautiful stretch pass feed hitting Genshaw behind the 2 defensemen. But number 35 for NAU continues to stifle these UNM shooters. Face off. That shot blocked by number 18 for NAU. Was on his hands and knees. Didn't even see a quick shot. That one in and off the shoulder of number 35, NAU's goalie. Genshaw goes to battle the puck out to neutral ice. Nice hit at the UNM blue line. Knocks an NAU player down.
Happy about that on the bench. Get some momentum going here.
If you can't get a goal, get a hit, as that is going to be another offside and another delayed whistle, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that one is a bit questionable, but, you know, what can you do? It looked like it was just a quick play, and he bumps it back on the blue line there.
I mean, these linesmen, they're human. Yeah, they make mistakes. The only issue is their mistakes affect the players on the ice.
And the flow of the game.
Yes, definitely. You don't want a baseball game breaking out here at the outpost. Seth Payson battled for good back checking there by number 9. If NAU forces Payson to have to send the puck out of the zone, that puck is going to be sent high and out of play. 7:41 here remaining in the second period. We want to take an opportunity to thank you at home for tuning into the Lobo Hockey Network. Want to remind our fans at home, if you're interested and like what you see here at the Lobo Hockey Network, be sure to check out our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where you can see all the latest pictures from our photographer, Zach Price. And also, we want to thank tonight's sponsor for the game, JetRep. For more information, please visit jetrep.com. Want to thank them for being a proud sponsor of the Lobo Hockey Network. Tristan Coyer takes a quick shot into the glove of the NAU goaltender.
That's how I think you're going to have to break him. Truly, I think you're going to have to get this goalie moving from side to side a little bit more and change the levels, a little bit. Keep the puck in the neutral area of the offensive zone, then bump it back to the point. See if a shot goes. You might just get some traffic, and if not, you've set up for a rebound perfectly. So that's what I'd like to see UNM maybe do a little bit more.
Jared Ronquillo set to take the face-off. NAU was able to win it. Number 3 will chip it off the boards in front of us. Schenk throws one in the direction of the goaltender. Marcus Trujillo takes a bad angle shot from the back of the net, and it's in. Trujillo with the wherewithal to just throw it in. The goalie went right off of his back leg, and the Lobos have the lead 4-3.
Well, he's still down because I think he's in a little bit of shock, but that apparently is the only way you can beat him for the last 15 minutes that we've been playing, or 13 minutes or so that we've been playing.
So it turns out the only person who can beat the NAU goaltender is himself.
That's quite a feat, if I'm being honest with you.
I mean, but Marcus Trujillo, what a smart heads-up play. Yeah. He saw the goaltender, didn't really know where the puck was behind him, took advantage of him not being able to see the puck and just threw it in, bounces right off the back of his leg.
Very, very smart play there from Marcus Trujillo. Catching the goalie off guard, now it's going to have to be something he looks out for it.
So the way to beat him is by using himself. Or just waiting until he can't see the puck, because he has seen everything tonight. Number 17 takes a quick shot. Great block there, sliding across the ice. It looks like Chance Shanks. Shanks giving up his body to make a key defensive play. That puck bounces high and out of play.
That's a little play there by Chance Shanks that probably isn't going to go super noticed as far as the scoreboard, but seeing players have that kind of commitment where they're going to rush the defenseman there on the point, lay down your body, block the shot, it's just going to show that UNM doesn't want to go quietly here. They want to put this one away, and they want to put it away quickly.
It's the effort plays in hockey that really make the biggest difference, and hockey games come down to maybe 4 or 5 individual plays that you never see reflected on the scoreboard like you mentioned, Nick, but that play by Chance Shanks may have stopped a good forechecking opportunity by NAU. That puck sent deeper into the zone. Ice Jacks have to go hunt it down. Number 25 collides there with Jack Kelly. Here's Carnes with the puck. Carnes stops up in the far face-off corner, feeds over to Jack Kelly. Kelly now out of the corner, feeds back to Carnes behind the NAU net. Carnes has to go in after as the puck slides past him. Carnes chips it off the boards to Miniakis. Miniakis sends one front, deflected just wide of the NAU net. In after it, though, goes McKentry. Carnes now feeds back to the blue line, just bounces over the stick of Tyler Levitt. Levitt, though, loses the puck, though. NAU might have the numbers game, throws one across just out of reach from one of their players.
You cannot be sloppy here if you're UNM. Do not allow them to get back in this game like they have already.
Here comes Garrett McKentry into the zone. Stops up, twirls away from the defenders. McKentry harassed and knocked down to the ice. Nico Miniakis lends support, and he'll pick the puck up. Miniakis throws length of the ice. Nick Weaver just has to chip at that puck and send it into the zone as the NAU goaltender will cover up with 5:24 to go in the second.
Yeah, you're late in the second period here. In the last period, you had 2 goals scored on you in the last 10 minutes. You do not want the same thing to happen. You've fought back, you've played well, especially the last 5 minutes. They've had a really, really good swing in momentum here.
Payson wins the face-off back to Tristan Coyer. Coyer chips it off the boards for Genshaw. Puck just bounces over his stick, sent over across to number... Don't believe I got a number on that NAU player. Regardless, the goaltender's able to shoulder it away. Number 3 now sets up in the far corner. Sends one length of the ice. Curtis Brown has to settle down a bouncing puck at center ice. Back into the NAU zone. Number 3 at the far face-off dot will send it up to number 10. Falling down, a Lobo player lost his edge. Might have been Zach Genshaw. Puck battle for there at center ice, looking to maintain possession. Nice move there by a Lobo player into the zone. That's Genshaw. Drops over across to Nick Weaver. Weaver, a nice move around the net. Now throws one over. Tristan Coyer, quick shot. That one deflects just wide. Might have bounced off a body in front. Number 10 for NAU tries to clear the zone. It goes over the stick of Brown and out to center ice.
Tristan Coyer has a heavy shot, and he is utilizing it really, really well in this second period.
And he's found that niche position he likes setting up for right in front of this far face-off dots where he scored his goal. Here comes Curtis Brown, makes a move, kicks our shot, scores! Curtis Brown dances past 2 NAU defenders and buries it in the back of the net. Lobos have a 5-3 lead.
Nifty move there around one defender, and then surprisingly, he made a move and he scores on the NAU goalie.
It's something we thought we might not see for the rest of the game tonight. This NAU goaltender went from being a brick wall to all of a sudden he's allowed 2 goals in the past 5 minutes.
Yeah, and honestly, this maybe should have been the way the game should have been. The last couple minutes have really been how you thought the game might have played out, but UNM's really starting to put the pressure on, and it's just starting to leak through for NAU.
Ronquillo to Shanks, back to Ronquillo, makes a nice move into the slot. Jared tries to backhand one to Marcus Trujillo, couldn't really connect there. He'll dump one a little bit further for Shanks. Shanks pinched up against the board, back to Ronquillo. Jared now is going to loop around the boards, sends one over to Miniakis. Quick shot by Miniakis, looking to hit Chance Shanks. Couldn't connect there, looking for a nice slap pass. Sent in further for Shanks. He's in the near boards corner. Sends back over. Quick shot there by Levitt. Goes high over the net. Going in after it, Nico Miniakis. Tries to send one behind for Trujillo. Got tied up in too many NAU sticks. Miniakis, though, great on the puck. Able to keep it in. Here's Trujillo. Side of the net. Quick shot. Blockered away by the NAU goalie. Here's Shanks now. Tries to center one in front. Puck goes flying high and out of play into the corner with 3:29 to go in the second.
That's what we've talked about a lot tonight. Is I think that forecheck has been probably the biggest bright spot compared to last week against Air Force. I felt sometimes when they played against Air Force last week, they didn't keep the pressure in the offensive zone enough. to wear down Air Force consistently throughout the game. It's something they've done really, really well tonight, is tire out NAU just with that good pressure.
Number 19 for NAU will sweep the puck a little bit higher for number 20, unable to maintain possession. Lobos send the puck back in. Here comes Dylan Anthony, drops one over for Carnes. Carnes, a quick shot, swallowed up by the NAU goaltender. A quick transition there. Dylan Anthony, who hasn't seen a lot of ice time this season so far. We've seen a lot of players on the ice for UNM that Coach Grant Harvey hasn't featured a lot lately, getting additional ice time as the Lobos are resting up a few key players here tonight. As that puck is sent in a little bit deeper. Oh, Dylan Anthony, huge hit near the Lobo bench as that puck is in and out and then covered up again by the NAU goaltender.
It's something you like to see. A guy that hasn't got a lot of game time comes in. He's had some pop tonight. You know, he's been skating really well. Some smart plays with the puck. He's been around it all night, and then just as we see at the end there, nice hit.
Presence of mind is we have not seen Logan Coyer. Logan looks like he might be taking the night off. And Jack Kelly and Dylan Anthony and these other players have definitely rose to the occasion. Jack was a featured player on the UNM roster 2 seasons ago prior to COVID. And he's back on the ice showing he hasn't missed a step. Puck comes free. Here comes Dylan Anthony. Breaking towards the net. Quick shot goes off the side of the net. He collides behind the net with Jared Carnes. Anthony sweeps it back to Carnes. Carnes now behind the net. Decides to skate out from under. Carnes harassed there. Sends one over across. Got canceled out by an NAU stick. Number 5 now charges out to the neutral zone. And he's over the Lobo blue line. Takes a quick shot, but offsides is going to negate any further play.
Don't think NAU is very happy with this line, and now it's been both sides that have been pretty cross with him.
You know, at the end of the night, at least he can lay his head on the pillow and know he was fair.
He did call the game.
He was fair in his questionable offsides
on
calls.
both ways, which is at least you like to see it.
It's all you can really ask for.
Yeah.
He can go to bed tonight knowing he made a difference.
Keeps this game a little closer than maybe you'd hope for if you were a UNM fan, for sure.
Little bit of friendly fire there as 2 NAU players collide. One of them hits the ice, looping around the boards there and now falling down an NAU player. We've seen a lot of players lose their edge here so far in this second period. Maybe ice conditions having a lot to do with that?
Yeah, I definitely would think so. If players are losing their edge as much as they seem to be, you usually put it down to the ice, and it's got a lot of snow on here already, so puck handling is going to be a little bit tougher.
Here comes Genshaw, makes a nice move to the front of the net, waits out the goalie, sends one across, save made, puck loose. Now here's Nick Weaver. Across Miniakis, a quick drive, and that puck bounced wide. I'm not quite sure how that puck didn't go in either. Levette now harassed behind the net, tries to center one in front, couldn't find a Lobo there. Miniakis, great move to keep that puck in at the blue line. Puck bouncing on Levette, gives over to Nick Weaver. Weaver harassed, makes a nice move to elude an NAU stick. Weaver feeds one over across to Genshaw. Now back over across to Levitt. Has to poke that one out of the air. Puck comes loose. Number 13 for NAU tries to poke it out of the zone, but Payson able to maintain possession. Gives over to Weaver. Back to Payson in front of the net. Tries a backhander that glances off the NAU goaltender. Payson poking at the puck. Number 5 for NAU able to sweep it out. Good soccer move there made by Tristan Corey, able to keep the puck in momentarily, but it leaks out to center ice. NAU on the counterattack. Number 13 into the zone. Makes a move, takes one, it's on, they score! NAU, a beautiful cross-crease feed. They cash in. It's 4-3 with 1:05 to go in the second.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about again. You know, late period goals. NAU kind of has a sniff, and that hard work from the last 10 minutes for UNM, it's going to be kind of taken away from them a little bit as NAU still thinks they're in this game, and they clearly are.
I think what really was the turning point was them taking the lead in that second period, and the goals they've scored tonight, Nick. They've really scored goals. Now, we can debate if they were turnovers, miscommunications, but nonetheless, they count on the scoreboard, and they give NAU, like you mentioned, that feeling of, hey, we can hang with these guys.
Yeah, and when you've got 4 goals on 8 shots, that says you can put away the puck, and when you get a chance, they're putting it away, and they're doing what they need to do with limited chances.
Ronquillo had that puck poked off of his stick, number 13 for NAU. Nice active stick there as Trujillo leaves for Ronquillo. Ronquillo now turns the Jets on, centers one front for Trujillo. Great save made by the NAU goaltender, and he'll cover up. Oh, it hits in front of the net now as the NAU player was knocked to the ice. And there's going to be some tied-up players. Marcus Trujillo in there, Tristan Coyer as well. And there's going to be another exchange of hockey pleasantries here as these two teams continue to get a little chippy here as the NAU players did not appreciate the way that UNM slid into their goaltender.
No, yeah, they quick little whacks there, try and free the puck. I mean, their credit, the puck wasn't covered up fully, so they're playing till the whistle like they should. You may see a couple players from either side go here. I'm not sure what the referee's going to do, but they're playing till the whistle. That's the way they should for UNM. But NAU taking exception to the treatment of their goalie, which they're standing up for their guy, which is what you'd always expect. A little bit of argy-bargy, you never have a problem with it, eh?
A former rugby player like yourself probably will take as much impact play as you can possibly see.
Oh, absolutely. And same with hockey. That's what I've grown up with. You love the tough stuff, the hits. Even the old days, 2004. We're talking about almost 20 years ago now. But when it was hard, close hockey where you drive to the net, and you probably had 3 or 4 guys hanging off you.
So you mean to tell me you guys did not play the European style of hockey?
No.
There was not stick handling and all that jazz going on. This is, for our fans at home, this is Australia's favorite hockey son.
Second to Nathan Walker.
That is
Who's
true.
actually very successful in the NHL.
Nathan Walker has been stunning as the puck is loose in front of the net. NAU goalie has to kick it out. Still loose in front, slapping away at UNM players. Goalie is down. Nobody has the puck. Ronquillo feeds to Miniakis. Miniakis guides in, takes a quick shot, goes wide of the net, down to the last 28 seconds to go. 4-on-4 hockey here as Tristan Coyer is in the penalty box. NAU's number 8, Mason Carter, in the box as well. Number 2 for NAU will chip it off the boards as Brown settles it down at center ice. NAU's goaltender right back to making those saves we saw at the start of this second period. Down to the last 10 seconds here to go. Puck thrown length of the ice, and you got to think that'll go for icing, and it does. UNM will have an offensive face-off opportunity with 6.1 to go.
If nothing tells you how much the play has been in this zone, there is so much snow in the crease here for NAU. It has just been constant battle for not only the goalie but the defenseman. UNM has been flooding the net this last little bit. He's having to sweep a whole bunch of snow away just to keep a clean crease.
The NAU goaltender has been making snow angels in his crease all night long and making spectacular saves along the way, as well as the final seconds will tick away here in the second. And both teams will take 1:16 of 4-on-4 play into the third period. And this game, UNM clings to a 5-4 lead. And Nick, we saw a lot closer play in that second period, a lot of what we saw in the first. What do you really think is the key for the Lobos to hold on to this one in the second?
I think
third?
That 10-minute period where they controlled the game, and what they were doing was they were using their speed, which we talked about in the pregame, but they were getting shots on net. You see guys like Tristan Coyer that are putting shots on net. Like I said earlier, he's got a heavy shot. When you're creating that traffic in a consistent cycle, it wears out the defenders, and then it's sucking them back in and just creating a whole bunch of traffic in front. So consistency like that. Use their speed, good push for the play from the defensive zone up to the offensive zone, and when they have it in the offensive zone, keep it there. Wear NAU down, and they will get goals from that.
Definitely, as we are going to take a break here in the second intermission. UNM up 5-4 on NAU. We'll be right back with third period action here on the Lobo Hockey Network. Welcome back, Lobo fans, for third period action here at the Outpost Arena. We have first game action here between the University of New Mexico Lobos and the Northern Arizona University Ice Jacks. This game, Nick, has proved to be a lot closer than probably many of our viewers and fans here at the Outpost anticipated. Even we are a little surprised it's been as close. Lobos clinging to a 5-4 lead here. Both teams will have 4-on-4 action for 1:16 here to start this third period. Nick, what have you seen in the first two periods that's really jumped out at you the most?
So as far as the UNM side, I'd say I really, really like the second line. They've been fantastic at creating offensive zone pressure and consistency. Really like the power play. It's been fantastic. That's what's given them a little bit of jump in that second period and got them over the edge there. I'm hoping to see more consistency from the defensive end. It's something we talked about in between the intermissions. They've cheated out of the zone a little bit just because they know they can push the play north-south. It's kind of held them back a little bit and allowed NAU to get some opportunities in their defensive zone or their offensive zone just because they are cheating out of the zone. So hoping to see them clean that up a little bit, keep that consistency that we saw in that 10-minute period where they went up by 2 goals, and hopefully that translates forward into a win.
Jared Ronquillo set to take the face-off. He wins it back to Curtis Brown. We're underway here in the third and final period. Want to take a minute to thank all of our fans at home for tuning into the Lobo Hockey Network for first game action between NAU and UNM, as Chance Shanks and the linesman is going to hit the ice after Shanks and number 9 for NAU tie up for puck possession. The two still battle as Ronquillo guides it back to Miniakis, and here comes Curtis Brown. Brown into the neutral zone, slicing his way through the NAU defense. Backhands one, but it'll go to the near corner. Picked up there by NAU. Now with the puck is Ronquillo. Looking for an outlet, takes a quick shot, bounces in and wide, and the puck is loose. Goaltender down. From our angle, look like bounce in, they score! Jared Ronquillo on a follow-up opportunity, persistent on the puck. Lobos have regained their 2-goal advantage.
I think he might have scored on that first shot that he took, but if you need to, try again, and he does just that, puts a top shelf on the goalie who's trying to scramble. Fantastic goal, individual effort there from Jared Ronquillo.
It did look like there was a little bit of a pause there on Jared's first initial shot where everybody was kind of unsure where the puck was at.
He had his hands up, so I feel like he was pretty sure it went in, but in the end, it doesn't matter. He puts it in again. So.
And our angle, it kind of looked like it beat the goalie blocker side, but as you mentioned, Nick, the second one counted, and the Lobos are now up 6-4. UNM with a little bit of breathing room once again. This NAU team has been pesky sticking around this Lobo squad. Definitely not the type of game we thought we would see. The Lobos coming into this one 20-2. NAU entering this game having not played in over a month with a 3-13 record. But the Ice Jacks with an impressive game so far tonight. Puck swept in front. NAU's goaltender has to sweep that one away. Levitt takes a quick shot. That one bounces wide of the net. Weaver has to go in after it. Centers one over across. Lost in the stick there. NAU tries to get out of the zone. Loses his edge. He's out of the zone now, though. Back checking there. Great stick by Genshaw. Number 5 is harassed by Tyler Levitt. Number 5 harassed also. Sandwiched in between Seth Payson and Levitt. Now back over across to Payson. Payson tries to send one over to Genshaw. Bounces off the stick. Nick Weaver pokes at it. Number 13 for NAU collects, and he'll send that one high and out of play. And that'll stop play here with 18-14 to go in the third.
I have to think if you're Coach Grant Harvey here, you're very happy with how that period starts. Early goal, stabilize the team, and get them pushing in the right direction, and put this score up to a 2-goal lead, which you'd like.
Definitely. Lobos looking to kind of skate away from NAU in this third period, and that second goal giving them that 2-goal cushion, a great way to start it out. As Tristan Coyer with the puck bounces off the boards. That one hit the back of the net, didn't get to Curtis Brown. Brown from his knees able to advance the puck over to Garrett McKinstry. McKinstry cutting through neutral ice, now taking on NAU defenders. He's bounced off the puck, it's loose in front, knocking down to the ice one of the UNM players. And it's back out to center ice for Tristan Coyer to bounce off the boards and dump into the NAU zone.
UNM was appealing for a penalty there. I think it was McKinstry that got pulled down there and no call.
Puck loose in front of the NAU net, but the Ice Jacks able to regain puck possession as that puck is chipped high as it collided with 2-6. Still battling for possession there in the far boards corner. Quick shot by Brown from the point. blocked and never made it through. Back to Carnes. Carnes tries to chip one over. Bad turnover here. NAU looking to break with numbers. Great back checking though. Brown and Coyer able to retreat back. Number 3 takes a shot. That one goes into the netting over Max McCarron.
Hopefully for Max, it's not the same way that Sam's night went, where he doesn't see too many shots and he starts letting in a cheap one here and there. But you know, he's been solid to the task so far, and what Coach Grant Harvey did earlier with stabilizing his team, putting Max in, I think has helped tremendously.
The disparity of shots has really told the tale of this game. Lobos with 49, NAU only registering 8 so far. Lobos once again, it's been their theme. Big hit delivered in front of the fans here at the Outpost Arena gets them to their feet. And that's been a theme all year for this Lobos squad. They pepper opposing goaltenders with shot after shot, really applying the pressure as Jared Ronquillo sandwiches number 18 for NAU against the boards at center ice. Dumped into the zone, knocked down again at center ice. That's going to draw a penalty. And it looks like Tristan Coyer is going to be heading to the box. Puck sent over across, and Coyer is going to go to the box again. And Nick, that's something we touched on in the first period. This Lobo team is talented, but you can't keep giving up penalties and getting the other team an opportunity to get back into it.
Yeah, and that was what gave them problems in that first period. They took 2 probably silly penalties that gave NAU some power play time, and that one's probably, you know, maybe a little bit accidental. He kind of finishes the check anyway and gets called for interference there. But
these penalties kill you, especially against an opponent like NAU. This team doesn't need any more motivation to stick around with this UNM team, with the score being what it is. I mean, if I'm a player on a team that's 13-3 and you're coming in to take a team that's ranked 4th in the nation, 20-2, and you're only down by 2 goals, I mean, I would count that as an accomplishment. Here's a chance to cut into that UNM lead and make this a 1-goal game again. Yeah,
they've got 4 goals on 8 shots. They're finishing half of their opportunities that they're getting. You do not want to give them, just off that math, any more opportunities if they're finishing at that rate. You have to think it'll come down if they get a couple more shots on this power play, but you don't want to let them sniff back in. Like, we just got a 2-goal lead. We need to keep it that way if you're a UNM fan.
Lobos looking to kill off this penalty kill. NAU wins the faceoff, backhanded in. Max able to guide that one away. Tristan Coyer taking the minor infraction for the Lobos. NAU looking to get this back to a 1-goal deficit, as Tyler Levitt able to rocket that one all the way back down to the NAU zone. Puck eludes the NAU goaltender, and the Ice Jacks have to recollect in their own zone as they look to start the power play breakout. Touch pass by an Ice Jack near the blue line. NAU now cutting through the neutral zone. Number 13 bodied there by Seth Payson. Payson continues the body play, able to knock him down. Great active play there by Payson, able to play the body and separate the Ice Jacks player from the puck. Now moving in, Arizona stopped up in the neutral zone. Puck thrown across for number 12. Number 12 takes a quick shot, kicked out by Sam. Payson able to shovel that one back out to center ice. Having to go in after it. NAU settles it down with 1:08 remaining on the power play for NAU. Ice Jacks start up their play, looking to send a stretch pass out to number 5 near the blue line. Number 10, though, persistent on the puck. Tyler Levitt able to chip that one back over to Chance Shanks, and here comes UNM on the counter. It's Zach Ginshaw. Ginshaw with Shanks moving with him. Ginshaw now in, kicks one across to Shanks, and the save made by the NAU goaltender.
Another fantastic save by this NAU goaltender.
And that one's going to be covered up there by Max McCarron. And I was able to get the name of the NAU netminder in the second period intermission, and it's been Nathaniel Flores that's been standing on his head tonight for NAU. And he has been making save after save, and he's really been the biggest reason the Ice Jacks are still in this game.
Absolutely. 50 shots, you've only let in 6. That's quite a tremendous effort so far.
NAU down to the final 30 seconds to go on this power play chance as we dip just under 15:40 to go here in the third period. Lobos up 6-4. NAU through neutral ice. Number 13 taking on a few Lobos defenders. Nice move to dance by him, but couldn't get past the body of Jared Ronquillo. The puck was sent out. You got a question here, Nick. NAU's power play approach. It seems like they're just sending one man in, center ice, dead center of the UNM defense, and saying, hey, try to get through as many defenders as you can before outlet passing to your teammate.
Yeah, similar story to what we talked about in the first period, unfortunately. One man trying to do everything while there's not enough support around him. And that's been the big difference between the play between the two teams. UNM is coming up as a group, supporting each other, making quick little plays. NAU, it's one man up, and he's trying to dance through 2 or 3 guys.
Puck chipped over. Captain Jared Ronquillo able to stick that one down in the UNM zone as Curtis Brown makes a play out at center ice. The power play has ended for NAU. Lobos back to full strength. Ice Jacks only able to account for 2 shots on that power play opportunity. Dumped into the zone as Max McCarron looks to settle it down. Looks like the Lobos are dropping more bodies into the defensive zone, maybe looking to just kind of finish this one off. They've already played with fire with NAU for this entire game as Weaver sends one across, unable to connect. Puck loose in front of the net. Couldn't find a teammate. NAU on the counterattack. Puck loose though. Nick Weaver, nice back-checking stick play. 2 players collide down. That's Dylan Anthony and number 18 for NAU as the puck is sent back into the UNM end. NAU goalie Flores thought that was going to be icing. The linesman waves him off. Battle for the puck there. Seth Payson looks to shovel it a little bit deeper in behind the NAU net. Sticks collide, looking for possession. Puck comes free. NAU player chips it off the boards. Leaves the stick there, Tristan Coyer, but he's able to recollect himself and slap it back into the NAU end. Puck battle for there, chipped off the boards. Fans here at the Outpost Arena getting the Lobos to their feet. Takes a shot by Nick Weaver, that one off of the NAU goaltender Flores. Puck chipped off the boards. NAU just looking to clear the zone and maybe get a change. Tired players on the ice. The Lobos have been playing great shot. Weaver's shot goes wide. Genshaw now with the puck. Collides there with an NAU player, able to retreat. Genshaw makes a nice move. Good poke check there made by number 26 of NAU to strip Genshaw of the puck. It's out to center ice. Genshaw has to retreat into his own zone. Number 27 for NAU gives chase, but Genshaw gets the puck in deeper to Miniakis. Miniakis chips it further there for Nick Weaver. Puck lost in a few skates, but Tristan Coyer now with it as he'll just lob it in and into the netting behind the NAU goaltender.
Nick Miniakis, I think, is a little bit disappointed with himself there. Bench screaming out for him to wheel. I think he had a free play where he probably could have skated the puck up and get the puck out of the zone. Instead makes probably a little bit of a silly play across, throwing it through the middle, and gives NAU a little bit more offensive time in the zone, which is probably something you don't want to see right now.
NAU is just being suffocated in their defensive zone, Nick. They're not even really able to translate defense to offense because most of their players are changing once they clear the puck out of the zone, and the Lobos have great pursuit on back checking, and they're just capitalizing on the numbers game.
It's one guy on a forecheck and everyone else is changing for NAU.
And that's not going to be a recipe for success. The Ice Jacks, though, have capitalized. Most of their goals have come off of UNM mistakes in their own zone. But you got to think with a 2-goal lead now as we approach 12:25 to go, as that puck is set in front, UNM is going to look to just lock this game down defensively and prevent the Ice Jacks from really gaining any offensive time. That puck is loose in front, still battling for possession. Here's Ronquillo, takes a shot from the slot, blocked there by the stick of number 10 for NAU. Ronquillo maintains possession, whacks at the puck, unable to get a clear shot on it though. Set in front there, Shanks stood up by an NAU player, out to Levitt. Levitt takes a quick shot, blocker down by the NAU goaltender. Loose, Trujillo takes another shot, that one goes just wide. Puck played in the corner now. Lobos looking to increase the pressure on this forecheck as Trujillo sends it in a little bit deeper. Shanks behind the net, centers one over across. Miniakis couldn't contain, and NAU finally out of the zone. And they'll just chip that one out into the UNM end as Max McCarron looks to settle it down. Gives over to Miniakis. Miniakis fans on that pass over to Tyler Levitt, has to retreat into his own zone. 2 NAU players on Miniakis. He'll just rope it around the boards, over across to Levitt, back to Miniakis. Nico sends it length of the ice, try to hit Jack Kelly on a stretch pass just out of reach of Kelly, and that's going to go all the way down for icing.
We talked about it a little bit earlier, but the amount of shots that this NAU goaltender Flores has had on him, 51 right now, he's probably starting to get tired. And you'd think with the amount of work he's had to have done, he's probably out of gas. If you're UNM here, you want to push the play back into the offensive zone and just keep on peppering him. He's going to give up a goal here and help you extend your lead back.
That's a great point, Nick. A lot of the saves Flores has had to make tonight are active saves where he's moving in the crease actively. Shot quick in front of Max, and he has to make a heads-up play. Max making that save, and I'm not even sure he knew where the puck was. NAU almost able to capitalize again off of a Lobo turnover.
But fantastic play by Max there. Quick instinct. Sometimes when you're a goalie, you just got that cat-like instinct of knowing where the puck is. And he slides across there and makes a great pad save, and it just knocks the net off there, so we get a stoppage of play.
Max, a great save there. Probably prevents another NAU goal. And this remains a 2-goal deficit for the Ice Jacks as Tristan Corder chips it off the boards for Jack Kelly. Couldn't maintain possession there at center ice. Curtis Brown, though, sweeps one over across to Jared Carnes. Carnes tries to hit Kelly. Kelly's upended hard in the NAU zone, lifted right off his skates. Garrett McKinstry battles for the puck. Carnes hit from behind, kind of bodied off the puck, back to Brown at the blue line. Brown feeds over to Tristan Corder. Wines fires, has that shot blocked by a stick. Battling for puck. Sends one over into the far boards corner. Lobos and Ice Jacks collide in the corner for puck possession. Still battling, sends the puck around the NAU net. Sends one over across. NAU settles it down. Nice pursuit there by Jared Carnes. He's unable to maintain possession as NAU sends it out of the zone. Max McCarron has his glove up in the air, but icing is not going to be called there.
Very surprised by that play, or that call, I should say.
And we saw a repeat of that on the other end as well, where the NAU goaltender thought icing was going to be called, but it wasn't as well, so the linesman, with calls on both sides, as Seth Payson sends one through the crease, unable to connect with anybody. Another great poke check, though, by that NAU player. Knocked down to the ice as Brown. Lobos were looking for a penalty there. Did not get one. Max McCarron settles the puck down, sends it up the boards, right into number 27 for NAU. Has to twirl away there from Zach Ginshaw, but he's pinned up against the boards by Payson. Number 27 still tied up by Payson. Ginshaw there as well to lend support. Puck comes free. Number 17 takes a quick shot. That one bodied down. Looks like Tristan Corder might have gotten a body on it. Chipped off the boards right in front of us here. NAU shoots the puck at center ice, but a turnover almost leads to a breakaway for UNM. Unable to connect with it as the goalie will come way out to collect that puck and get a whistle. And that was an interesting play by the NAU goaltender, taking matters into his own hands there. Not too sure, though, how he got a whistle there, being that far out of the crease.
Definitely a weird play. It's something we haven't seen all day, but referees kind of let it go and call the...
It is definitely interesting because he slid way far out of there, and he wasn't in the trapezoid when he made a play on that puck either.
I'm pretty sure he covered it outside the trapezoid, so I'm definitely a little bit confused as why the no call. I know Coach Grant Harvey was...
I'm confused too, because normally every other day that's a delay of game penalty.
You'd think, but I mean... I guess what we've talked about this whole game, inconsistency in some of the calls, but at least it's been consistent across the board for both teams.
As Flores has to do a snow angel to keep that puck from going in, he's flat on his back. As Nick, you alluded to it, and he gets up, and you can definitely tell that this game and the amount of shots and workload he's seen are taking its toll. I mean, he's had a magnificent performance tonight. Probably the best performance we've seen by an opposing goaltender in the Outpost Arena this season.
Absolutely. UNM's done a fantastic job, though, of getting pucks to the net and making him that tired.
Quick shot by Ronquillo, swallowed up by Flores. He looks behind himself just to make sure it didn't leak 5-hole, and he's got it covered up. And just as magnificent as UNM shooters has been, Flores has rose to the occasion, matching the Lobos here. I mean, 52 shots faced and only allowing 6 goals. I mean, 6 goals may from a distance look like ballooned on a final score sheet, but given the volume of shots he's faced and the amount of saves he's had to make, it's been an impressive showing.
Absolutely. And you kind of get the sense that something's going to cave here either way, whether it's a UNM goal or it's an NAU goal. You can feel there's a goal coming soon.
Something's got to give here between these two teams. Lobos would like to just cushion this 2-goal advantage if they could, or just kind of suffocate NAU until the final whistle goes. Maniakis tries a shot from the blue line that never made it through, got tied up in too many sticks. Battling for puck possession there in the corner, comes free. Ronquillo makes a move, centers one over to Shanks, couldn't get a clean shot. Back to Levitt, takes a shot, goes wide. Deflects off a body, Ronquillo, shot, and he scores! Jared Ronquillo able to clean up another rebound in front of the net, and the Lobos have found that cushioning goal. It is now 7-4.
And just like that, on cue, the captain comes up with another rebound goal. Fantastic effort there. We talked about it. Something had to give. You just felt the pressure was starting to mount too much. UNM had put too many shots on NAU. And Jared Ronquillo puts in the net and makes this a 7-4 game, Gino.
And Jared Ronquillo, interesting after that celebration, waving up into the stands. Might have a collection of NAU players that are not dressed to play tonight. Ronquillo was waving in their direction, maybe telling them to start the buses in the front of the outpost.
I think there might have been a hat trick there if we're doing the math here real quick. I know there's one fan that's trying to throw his hat onto the ice there, but fantastic work by Jared Ronquillo all night.
There's a fan trying to make it over the protecting netting here at the Outpost Arena. The captain continues to lead by example both on the ice and on the score sheet for the Lobos, netting a hat trick here. NAU, number 12, takes a quick shot, goes high into the netting behind Max McCarron.
It's what we talked about in the offset, right, in the pregame. You have top-end talent in this team. Guys like Jared Ronquillo have helped push the play, and with guys like Logan Koya out tonight, the UNM fans giving...
They're giving Flores additional shots.
Yeah.
These ones of the verbal variety.
I think he's taken enough tonight.
I think he was waving his glove. It might have been at the stands. Not too sure if he was acknowledging their chant or just kind of saying, hey, come on, guys. I've already faced 53 shots at the puck. I don't need to face any verbal jabs as well.
I'm drowning as it is. Please, help.
And he has nothing to hang his head about. This has been a sterling performance by Flores and net as that puck is sent in front. McKinstry couldn't connect on it. Like we mentioned, I would think it's been the most impressive opposing goaltender performance we've seen at the Outpost this season. To come in here as a 3-13 team and be able to face 53 shots, only allow 7, has been pretty impressive. And Flores has been the standout for this NAU team.
UNM probably pretty happy now to at least get it up to 7, you'd think, with the amount of shots they've had. And they're still wanting it. And full credit to them. They have gone on with this after they got that quick early goal here in the third period. And that's what you want to see when you're the number 4 team in the nation.
Definitely not wanting to take their foot off the gas pedal as that puck is going to go out of play, and a face-off will remain in the NAU zone. Also credit to the Ice Jacks as well. First game in over a month that this team has played, and this has been an impressive performance they put forth tonight. I know we've only seen 10 shots total, 4 goals for them represented, but to come in and face the 4th-ranked team in the country and put up this kind of performance and make the Lobos sweat it out for long portions of the first and second period, that's definitely something going into tomorrow's game that they can build momentum off. As number 9 will go in after the puck. Curtis Brown, though, able to beat him to the race. Puck comes loose in front. Quick shot. Max, a great save, and he'll come out to cover that up.
Fantastic work there by Max. Doesn't give the shooter any room on that short side. Makes a smart play, and then he's going to try and roof it, and he's not going to get a pass to that big body of Max McCarron.
Max McCarron he's come in a relief role tonight after Sam Fisher had his night cut short after facing 6 shots and allowing 3 goals. And Sam, even though he had a short night tonight, just a victim of puck predicament, all that jazz. I mean, it's really just been, he was a victim of circumstance tonight,
yeah.
But it doesn't deter the amazing season he's had so far.
Absolutely not. To think you're 10-0, you've given up 1 bad game now in your 11 starts. Nothing against him. Just a bad night, unlucky night for him.
And it happens to every goaltender at some point where, even if you're playing at the top of your game, it happens where you're just going to come into a game where the puck just isn't going to bounce your way. You're not going to be seeing it as well as you normally do. And Sam had that happen tonight, but Max McCarron able to come in a relief role, pick up his goaltender. And one thing you love to see as well, Nick, is that Max McCarron and Sam have a very strong dynamic. You heard a lot of positive talk when Max and Sam, from Max to Sam on the goals, when Max came to the bench, when Sam came to the bench. It's one of those strong goalie tandems where you know that if one of them is down, the other one's going to pick them up. Yeah,
and if you're the skaters as far as forwards and Ds, you have to feel so confident having those 2 behind you. You can play the game you want to play, and that's what we see consistently night out. These players, they skate up because they know their goalie's got their back.
As the whistle will go here, and it looks like offsides is going to be called. 5:55 to go here in the third period. Want to take a second to thank our sponsor for tonight's game, JetRep. For more information, please visit jetrep.com, and we want to thank them for being a proud sponsor of the Lobo Hockey Network. Also want to thank our fans viewing at home this evening. Want to thank you for your continued support of us here at the Lobo Hockey Network. And if you're a fan of what you're seeing here tonight, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to view all the latest pictures from our photographer, Zach Price. Shot taken from the point will go wide of Max. Jack Kelly will pick it up. He's put under the boards hard here, dislodging some of your notebook, Nick. Nick's not going to know what's going on for the rest of the game now. Puck turned over in front, down. Max McCarron, a great active save. Puck is still loose, NAU number 13 will just lob the puck high over the net. Interesting play choice there.
I
Just
think
lob
he's
it to the blue line.
He's watched too much NHL of late. He's trying the silly Trevor Zegras moves that everyone's trying to do nowadays.
And everybody knows, especially Joshua Correa, who's at home this evening, you never want to imitate an Anaheim Ducks player.
No.
Ever.
I think that should be on the lowest end of the list.
Exactly. Puck sent in. Max McCarron has to settle it down. Josh, we hope you're watching at home and taking in this stream and understand that nobody will ever want to imitate Trevor Zegras again.
Especially after that attempt.
I mean, it was an interesting attempt. I give kudos for trying it. I don't know if that's what he was trying to do.
No, you have to think what we talked about consistently throughout this game. The ice is starting to get a little bit chippier. Puck's on edge a little bit, and I think it was just one of those plays where he tries to maybe drag it a little bit, toe drag around the net, and it just gets up on the edge.
Garrett McKinstry set to take the face-off for UNM. Puck comes free out to the neutral zone and into the NAU net, or zone, I should say, as Jack Kelly goes to hunt it down. As the fans are starting some sort of chant here at the outpost, can't quite hear what they're saying. Nice move made by the NAU skater, sends it in. Max will settle the puck down, sweeps it up the boards. Tries to hit Nick Weaver, gets tied up in a few NAU sticks, comes free over to Tristan Coyer. Coyer to Miniakis. Miniakis directing traffic. Sends one over across to Genshaw. Miniakis, nice heads-up play there, directing Coyer to where he wanted him on the ice to receive that pass, getting kudos from the coaching staff.
Yeah, the coaches have been on the players here the last couple of minutes, just making sure they're keeping the attention to detail that they've had over this first 15 minutes of this period and trying to finish off this game strong.
That's definitely something that the Lobos can key in on now as we approach the final 3:50 to go here in the third period. This 3-goal lead affords them to kind of polish off and maybe attempt some set plays that they have been working on in practice, find real game application to it. So definitely an advantage here for UNM to kind of work on their game a little bit as well, as Seth Payson settles the puck down. It comes free to an NAU player, and the Ice Jacks are going to send it out over their blue line. Tristan Coyer, though, nice stick on that puck. Seth Payson keeps it in the NAU zone. Payson looks to guide around the NAU defender, sweeps one in front, and he has his hands up in the air. No call from the referee, and it looks like no goal is going to be the call as Flores spoils another UNM shot opportunity.
Definitely curious to see how close that was. I'm pretty sure the UNM player there thought it was in, so there's been a couple of those tonight where they've gone up like they've scored, so interesting to see. But like we talked about, great pressure, and they've been going and trying to put this home. You love to see this, and it's probably the way the game we've talked about all night should have gone.
Quick shot into the glove of Flores by Chance Shanks, and we're down to the last 3:16 to go here of the third period.
Do you think at all Coach Grant Harvey thinks about who he starts tomorrow night against NAU?
I think definitely he's seen some different line combinations tonight that should encourage him. He can mix and match these players a lot. We were talking in the intermission about how this game has featured a lot of the players that we saw on the team 2 seasons ago. Jack Kelly, Marcus Trujillo featured a lot more in tonight's game as well. Probably sure that's a byproduct of players like Nate Tagliagami and Logan Coyer sitting out tonight, but you definitely have to think Coach Grant Harvey's encouraged a lot by what he's seen from these players, mixing and matching these line combinations. It's definitely going to give him more freedom to mix and match in tomorrow night's game. We want to remind our fans here at the Lobo Hockey Network that we'll be back here live at the Outpost Arena tomorrow at 8 p.m. for Game 2 of Northern Arizona University and your University of New Mexico Lobos. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. for Game 2 action. Marcus Trujillo able to tie up number 12 in his stick. Logan Coyer swoops one over across to Jared Carnes. Carnes put up against the boards by number 10. The puck will go all the way out into the NAU zone. Goalie has his hand raised, but no icing on that. The linesmen have kind of put their whistles away when it's come to icing. Jack Kelly, a quick shot in and out of the glove of Flores.
Horrible turnover there leads to a fantastic chance. High slot, just very unlucky. It just looked like he hit the tip of the goalie's glove there. Otherwise, that's in the back of the net.
Jack Kelly, one of those players we mentioned that has seen increased ice time tonight. And Jack making his presence known here on the ice. Dylan Anthony, also another player, has seen more ice time this evening. Nice feed play. Dick McKentry tries to dance by a few NAU players. Couldn't do it as the puck is into the far boards corner. McKentry gives chase. 2 NAU players there as they collide. Still fighting for puck possession. Deep in the zone. Nobody able to get possession yet as that puck is going to be carried out of the zone by NAU down to the final 150 to go in the third. Quick shot taken. Max will see that go wide of him. Number 26 shovels one in front of the net. Only finds the stick of Garrett McKentry. Nice stretch pass over. Here comes Dylan Anthony. Anthony settles the puck, sweeps one over to Kelly. Kelly a shot. That one didn't really get a good stick on it as the puck kind of skittered its way towards the net.
Interesting, we're seeing Jared Ronquillo out here on defense.
Off the post by Miniakis. Ringing out all over here in the Outpost Arena. That's not something uncommon to Jared. Coach Grant Harvey has talked a lot and praised Jared's versatility and unselfishness. He's been a selfless player for this team, playing any position that coach and the team have asked him to. And Jared has been just as lethal on the defensive side of the ice as we've seen him offensively.
Yeah, he's been physical all night long. He's been finishing his checks. The crowd yet again giving some kind words to the NAU players, but yeah, Jared's been super physical, and that's what you like to see, even from a forward standpoint. And I think Nick Miniakis there was just a little unlucky. He rebounds that one right off the post.
Nico Miniakis, who scored 2 goals in the Air Force series, showing off his knack for offensive potency, something we haven't seen from Nico all season long. Max is just going to guide that puck off of his pad as we're down into the final minute here of the third. Zach Ginshaw charges ahead. Fans giving a little bit of jeering here to the NAU Ice Jacks, but once again, this team has nothing to hang its head about. Coming into this one, having not played in over a month, they gave a great game here to the Lobos here in Game 1. And you got to think coming into tomorrow, Nick, they're going to be more acclimated, and you got to carry a lot of confidence from this performance tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. The first of 4 games, right, between these 2 teams, and I think the first game sets a tone for the rest of the series. You see it in playoffs in the NHL and other leagues. It gives you a grasp of how they play. I think if you're UNM, what you've seen is you can dominate NAU, but from the NAU standpoint, they know that they can play toe-to-toe even with limited opportunities.
And that's something you got to think that's going to just carry over in tomorrow night's contest. As Zach Ginshaw set to take the face-off, wins it back for Curtis Brown. Brown sweeps it over, turned over there, number 20 for NAU. Centers one in front, quick shot goes wide of Max McCarron and net. That's definitely something, another quick shot in, blocked by a skate. That's something the Lobos, though, they're going to review tonight's game and they're going to have to clean up. As here comes Nick Weaver, centers one over across. Payson couldn't get a good shot. Puck is loose in the crease. Shot taken, they score! Nick Weaver able to recollect the puck after he centered one over to Seth Payson. It is now 8-4 UNM.
Fantastic work there by that line. Push the play up. They have some great passing plays between them all. Unlucky not to score on the first attempt, but as we've done all night and UNM has done all night, finished off his second and third opportunities, and they put it up to an 8-4 lead.
Definitely. But going back to what I was saying prior to that goal, if there's one thing the Lobos are going to look at tonight's game and want to fix going into tomorrow, it's cleaning up those defensive zone turnovers.
Yeah.
We saw way too many of those tonight, and they allowed NAU to stay into the game much longer than they really afforded to.
Yeah, maybe I think part of it as well we have to think is, are they putting too much mental thought into what's coming up in the next couple of weeks in playoffs?
It's possible. That's going to be the final buzzer here at the Outpost Arena. The Lobos sweated this one out for 2 periods, but they run away with it in the third. An 8-4 final here in Game 1 between your University of New Mexico Lobos and Northern Arizona Ice Jacks. And Nick, we talked about it all game. This was a lot closer than anybody expected it to be.
Yeah, but full credit to UNM. You know, with the Hulk Hogan reference at in the second intermission, or the second period, cream rises to the top, and that's what UNM did. They are the number 4 ranked team in the country for a reason, and they played fantastically tonight. Really surprised that they didn't get above 10 goals, to be honest with you, and if it wasn't for Flores standing on his head, they probably should have won this.
And you can't say enough about Nathaniel Flores. His performance tonight was unbelievable. You think that inspires his team going into tomorrow night's contest?
Yeah, you have to think that kind of effort, it sends a message to the locker room of no matter who we're playing, we've got to show up, and I'll do my part, you do your part. And I think they played fantastically. If you're not playing for a month, you have to give them massive kudos, because that's a hard task. And to come in against a really tough team in UNM, they played fantastically for what they were capable of doing.
The Lobos take game 1 of this series 8-4. They are now 21-2 on the season, and they will be right back here tomorrow at the Outpost Arena, 8 p.m. to take on NAU in game 2 of this weekend set. And you don't want to miss any of that action. We'll carry that game for you here live on YouTube here at the Lobo Hockey Network. As the Lobos salute their fans here at the Outpost Arena, we want to salute our fans watching at home. Thank you for all your support here at the Lobo Hockey Network. 8-4, your final here at the Outpost Arena. We hope to see you guys tomorrow night, NAU UNM Game 2. For myself, Nick Hudson, Julian, our photographer Zach, and our cameraman Chris, I'm Gino Gutierrez saying good night, and thank you for watching the Lobo Hockey Network.